And here we are, people, on the Sunday sit back, and it's a happy one. It's a happy one. We are all just coming off the ceiling, and we're all bouncing and doing all sorts of madness. At last, Arsenal Football Club have put in a performance that we've all been waiting for, and it's an absolute privilege to have Rachid alongside me. Big up to everyone in the chat. Make sure you smash a like on the way in. Rachid, over to you, my friend. Thank you for coming on and joining us on the Sunday sit back. And are you happy, Rachid? What's your whole thing on the game, my friend?
I'm very surprised. But thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
Big up to
Cool,
the chat
man.
as well. I'm very surprised. I thought it was going to be a draw, to be honest. The reason why is because, first of all, we don't have Gabriel, so no threat when it comes to set pieces. I didn't think we could open them up, but Eze was on a mad one today. Individual brilliance, maybe it's individual brilliance, DJ. Maybe it's Arteta. I really don't know. Today, I'm speechless. It's just caught me by surprise. I don't know about you, but it caught me by surprise. I did not think that we're going to win 4-1, and I did not think that we're going to open up that low block that they came to play. And I saw Trossard today saying, "Oh, we play against low blocks all the time. We're used to it." Yeah, but I'm not seeing any performances. I mean, yeah, we're first place, but that's thanks to the set pieces. It's not thanks to the open play. Do you know what I'm saying? And we need to differentiate between open play and set pieces. You being good at set pieces doesn't mean you're the best baller in the world. Or else Janino, do you remember Janino? He would have been the best player in the world. He's the best guy on the set pieces. But I really was surprised, to be honest. Is it now my question to you, DJ, yeah? Is it Eze's individual brilliance, or is it something happened in the system today? Did Arteta change anything?
I think Eze was doing what we've all been looking for with Eze. I think you saw the Crystal Palace Eze. He got some freedom. He got a lot of freedom. I mean, there was his second goal, or the goal just after half time. He got the ball played into him, and there was a Spurs man there. I can't remember who it was now because I was up the other end, but no one was near him. He wasn't closed down. And the thing is, if you give him that time and space, he's gonna hurt you. But I think what it is with Eze, he knows Odegaard is fit again. Whether or not it was the Odegaard thing in the back of his mind, I better perform here because this man's going to come in.
Yeah.
But do you know what it was? Do you know what was interesting, Rachid? I think Thierry Henry said that he's a 10. And we've still got a lot of men saying about Eze can play on the left wing and all of that. And I've been saying, you put him on the left wing, he's finished. He's not. Eze is a 10. So I think it was a lot of things. I think he found pockets of space where they weren't picking him up. It was bad from Spurs' point of view, to be honest. And secondly, I think he's got in the back of his mind that he had to raise his game because he knows Odegaard's coming back. So it could be that.
I mean, I saw him, you know, the flick 2-3 minutes in, he did a little flick and gave it to Rice, and then Rice missed the chance. He should have buried that, by the way. I know you was on in.
He didn't. I think he half-hinned it from where I was seeing. I think he didn't.
You can't see it, innit?
If he'd have put his laces through it, he'd have scored.
Yeah, 100%.
What a brilliant flick, though. Brilliant flick from Eze.
Yeah, and he just hit it straight at him. I don't think. Have you watched the goals? Have you watched the chances? Have you watched?
Yeah.
Have you watched it? He just hit it straight at the keeper.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, "Hey, listen, Eze's feeding himself." You know when you're DJB, you played football. Big up to Aaron as well. Big up, he's buzzing today. You played football. You know what Eze did on the pitch? That's him feeling himself. He already came in with a different mentality. I don't know. I feel like as soon as he did that, I was like, listen, Today, Eze is on some serious. He's on some serious business.
Yeah,
Obviously, I was on the
yeah.
phone with my friend. He's on
No,
serious.
absolutely, and it's good that we're just talking about Eze. We'll talk about the Arsenal performance overall, but we're just highlighting Eze, and rightly so. He was magnificent, hat trick, first hat trick that's been scored since Alan Sunderland in 1978. Unbelievable, where Arsenal beat
Mad stat, isn't it?
5-0 at the Lane.
Man.
I think, so, and he's only the fourth ever player in history, Arsenal's history, to score a hat trick against the North London rivals. I think there's him, Alan Sunderland, is it Drake, and one other. I can't remember, but he's only the fourth ever player. So, Aaron, Eze, what do you make of it? Why he was on it tonight? Is it because he was nearly a Tottenham player and he wanted to prove a point why he signed for Arsenal? Is it because Odegaard's breathing down his neck? Is it something that Arteta changed him? Because I didn't see him play a different role, what he's playing. I just thought he was on it in the role he's playing. What do you think of him, bro?
Well, I mean, firstly, welcome to Eze. Welcome to Arsenal, Eze, isn't it?
Yeah.
Facts.
We've waited until November, but you've turned up. Look, I reckon for me, it's probably more of a case of he knows he owes the fans and Arsenal a performance. He knows that. He knows in the back of his mind he ain't started the way that he probably would have envisioned. It's been portrayed in the media and on Arsenal, etc., as the homecoming. You spent a good amount of money on him. He'd have wanted to come in and hit the ground probably a bit more than he would have. And look, he's a professional. He's a very, very, very good player. He'd have been disappointed as well. Let's not forget that. I think he probably cares about the club. He would have been disappointed. At his start to the club, I'm sure he'd have wanted to come in and tear it up, and basically done that from day dot. However, we've had to be a little bit patient with him. It hasn't quite happened. One of the good things I will say about the Eze, and today was exactly why we've brought him to do
100%,
that.
100%.
Because there
That's
aren't
why
many
we paid
players
money.
at this. Yeah, there aren't many players at this football club that can do that. And let's get it right. All three of his goals weren't muggy goals. They were bloody good goals. There were goals, and this is the important bit that I'm going to say. They're goals that not a lot of Arsenal players do. He scored the goals that not a lot of Arsenal goals. If you look at the last 2 years,
Individual brilliance.
Not a lot of goals exactly like that. He's just gone. Do you know what? And there's no coincidence. When I've watched him, usually a lot of the time he hits the target. Now a lot of the time we've looked at it and gone, straight down the goalie's throat. But how many times have you seen Arsenal players hit it from distance? And I mean, it's just going in rosy, it's going out the stadium. Do you know what I mean? It's going nowhere. Whereas him, he knows where the target is. Exactly. Yeah. He knows where the target is. And I've just sort of been waiting, and he's been waiting. We've all been waiting for this homecoming performance, for him to basically go, Arsenal fans, I'm here. Now, let's not get all carried away about it. It's one game. However, if there was going to be a game where Eze in his head have gone, do you know what? Arsenal fans, they don't hate me. Do you know what I mean? A lot of them probably already love me, this or that, blah, blah, blah. There's going to be a game to endear yourself to this football club, and then you factor in all the variables, i.e. the scenario of it. Manchester City dropping points. Are we able to extend our lead to 7, of course? And, all the other sort of romantic sides and takes that you can have. It's a North London derby, and he steps up. This is the game probably where you go, look, if you ain't going to do it today, you might not do it for a little while. And he's took the game by the scruff of the neck. I mean, he could have had 4 there, and he could have had an assist in the first couple of minutes. It was excellent display. It is exactly why we signed this player. And all I want now is we're not going to get a hat trick every week. We're not stupid to suggest that. Chat, world-class chat, big up to every single one of you.
Big up to everyone, yeah.
To get a hat trick every week, but we do want a consistent level of performance. It's not always going to be that good, but we want it to still be good. And look, he's done the business today, isn't he? And Let's get it right. Let's get it right. And you said it to us as well before, didn't you? When we was all in the boozer earlier, D.
Yeah.
You mentioned that as
I said he needs to step up today
Needs it
because
today.
Odegaard's going to walk straight in.
Yeah,
Exactly right. You
And
know,
that's what
maybe he also add that. Maybe there's the original question that you asked me. Maybe there's a lot of factors in it. However, you know, he's probably gone today, right? You know, he knows he don't need to be told how big this North London derby is. He knows what the crack is. You know, whether
He's Arsenal fan,
we're
no?
first. Exactly. Yeah. He don't need to be told the important. Exactly, Rashid. He don't need to be told the importance of this. He don't need a legend to come around and come around his shoulder and go, "Yeah, you do realise what today is, didn't you, mate?" He knows what it is. And do you know what he done today? He told the fans. He told the fans what he said today is, "I'm here. I'm here. This is me. This is who I am. I'm Eze Arsenal now." We haven't seen the Crystal Palace Eze at all, really. You know, we saw him today. And we saw him very, very, very well
and that's what
today.
we need.
And I just hope in whatever way, shape, or form, we can see a lot bloody more of this Crystal Palace Eze. Because as I said, and I'll end on this. Odegaard, whether he's going to come in, whether they can find a way to play together, I don't know. Odegaard doesn't score them 3 goals today. He doesn't. He doesn't. Maybe he scores one of them if he as an effort.
Yeah.
Maybe he does. He doesn't. He probably doesn't even think about taking the shot all of them 3 times.
100%.
And that's the difference today between the 2-1 win and a 4-1 rout.
He would lay it off.
That is
and then
the
he'll probably
difference.
lose the ball after that.
Yeah.
He'll probably have 1 assist over those 3 chances that Eze got.
Just quickly as well, can I just respond? We got Charles in the chat. Aaron, mate, what are you waffling? By the way, this is Charles, the guy who criticises people for being positive, not being positive. Sorry. We talk about how positive Eze was today and how good the win is, and he's still not happy. Charles,
we haven't even gone on to the game yet.
I've only said how good Eze is, but Charles, now we know that you've got a narrative. So what's he saying? Aaron, mate, what are you waffling? How much consistency do you want? I weren't talking about Arsenal. I was talking about Eze, you plonker. 10 wins, 1 draw. Yeah. Prevention November. Yep. No one was talking about Arsenal's run of fixtures. So what are you on about? We were talking about Eze. We were talking about Eze. So if you're going to run in and question what I've just said, at least listen to what I'm saying and then, you know, bring something up. And I'm happy to have a friendly debate with you. But if you're going to bring up 90% of your argument in 100% of what I haven't said, then maybe you're just a plonker, Charles.
Yeah, no, I mean, facts. I mean, listen, no one, this is why and the reason why I've come straight in about Eze is because he deserves it, because he's got an hat-trick, right, Rashid? He's not been brilliant all season. I mean, Charles has put the Arsenal stats, but we're not talking about Arsenal at the moment. We're going to get onto that, the performance overall and everything else, and our Tottenham lined up and everything else. I wanted just to gas up Eze because I think he deserves it. Because let's be honest, we haven't, as Aaron rightly said, and most of the chat has been saying it throughout all the streams, we haven't really seen the Crystal Palace Eze, have we? We've seen little moments in certain games, but we haven't seen the consistency. So he deserves all what he gets today, doesn't he? Because that is why we signed him. This is the player that I wanted to sign 2 seasons ago.
Yeah. DJB, I feel like, don't forget, we're paying him a lot of money as well. I wanted to add that, but Aaron was on a roll. I didn't want to stop him. We're paying him 150 plus bonuses. How do I know this? It's because Lee and Matty were doing this whole going through these players' wages, and it's crazy. You don't even want to see them. But what he's getting 150 plus the bonus. So we're giving him money. You're a star player. You play for England, international. You're an international player that plays probably week in, week out for England as well. We give you a chance at Arsenal, bro. We Odegaard got injured. You've been playing every game. And all I've been seeing is a little 5 minute here, 5 minute there. When you played on the left, you barely touched the ball. There was obviously little glances of brilliance because he's such a great player. That's the point. But we haven't seen him until today. I feel like it's a great start, and hopefully it keeps going. But unfortunately, I know this manager. He would bring back Odegaard and put him on the left. Putting Eze on the left, and then Eze's not gonna.
No, we can't do that.
Perform on the left, and I agree with Thierry Henry. I usually agree with a lot of what TT says. If you put Eze on the left, it's a different Eze. I'm sorry, he's a number 10. And what you said there is just you hit the nail. Because if Odegaard was there, he probably wouldn't take on those players. He would have laid it off. He would have probably got 1 assist over those 3 chances. But this guy was already on. Maybe it was Thomas Frank. You know Thomas Frank, when he was asked about Eze and he was like, Eze who? Eze who? Maybe that got into him as well. So there was a lot of things that that maybe made it Eze. Maybe it's just a magical night. You know, it's one of them ones where like people where Eze felt like he should show up. But about time. Hopefully it continues. But when Odegaard comes back, I want to ask you guys as well. Would you think he's going to play when Odegaard comes back? Do you think he's going to stay as a number 10?
I think he's given the manager a headache, but that's what you inherit a big squad. I mean, you know, these are the problems you want at a football club like Arsenal. You want players competing for space, you know. This is what you want. This is why you bring in the big names. This is why you pay the money to bring in these names. You want the manager to sit and lose sleep over it, because he's now got a problem. Because as much as Odegaard, he looks at Odegaard as being his captain and a good player, sometimes when you bring in a player and you take out someone, it can upset the whole team. Look at Liverpool when they've brought in Isak and Wirtz. For me, it's upset them. It's damaged them. Do you know what I mean?
And or even just not carrying on with Ekatike, who was on a fine little run of form. You know, they've sacked him instantaneously off for a guy who isn't. And the thing is as well, was with that, the Ekatike thing, he was actually probably one of, if not the better performer that they'd had up until that point. And they're bringing up a guy who didn't have a pre-season, hasn't started his Liverpool career well, and also isn't in form. They're just carrying on playing with him. Yeah, it shows. You're absolutely right. You know, and the thing is as well, is that's down to the manager. That's Slot's fault for that.
Yeah.
So it's the same exactly thing. We'll use the same energy for other teams. That's the manager's fault. And it's no one else's fault that he's chose to do them scenarios. He picks them teams, you know, and it's the same applies for what you were saying, D. You know, and just quickly as well with Charles, let me just respond to Charles one more time, because he come up and said I was berating Odegaard. Well, look, this is the issues with some fans like you, Bud, and I'll keep it respectfully again because you have, so I'll toe the line as well. You using the words like berate. What was berating? All I simply said is Odegaard doesn't shoot in them efforts that Eze does. That's an opinion. That's not a beration. I didn't say the useless shit Odegaard, who I hate so much, and I think he doesn't deserve to be in the team, wouldn't shot them. I just said Odegaard doesn't have them efforts and he doesn't score them, which I think the vast majority of people that listen to that properly would probably agree. He wouldn't have even had a shot, let alone put them in the back of the net. There's no beration there. And I think the reason why I'm sort of pinning it out is we get that all the time. You look, someone will read that and go, "Yeah, why is he berating?" What's your definition of berating someone?
It's all positive on here. We've just been gassing up Eze for the
last. I don't get
minutes.
it. I don't understand. it.
No,
I think, do you know what it is? Is that you get these fans that don't really know much of what they're on about. They've got this opinion and they love their side of it. They have a little pop at us for going, "Oh, you're too negative." You do a show for 90 minutes, 13 seconds, and it's all actually been pro, the players, pro everything else, and they just want to find something to say you're negative about. Like, so we give you actually, in theory, what you want, and you just try and find a way to fucking pinch something out of it. What do you want, Charles? Like, what do you actually want? You're actually getting a show thus far. It's a show that you want to listen to, and you're still fucking crying.
It's all good.
What one is it, Charles? Just tell me, Charles. What do you want? Just tell me what you want, Charles, because I don't think you know, mate. So if you don't know what you want, then probably stop writing stuff. Yeah, because I'm just scratching the back of my nut thinking, well, you ain't really going to get much else too much better than this, are you? Everyone's happy and they're being positive, and you're still trying to find a way. In turn, that actually makes you negative.
I'll just put it in a nutshell. I'll just put it in a nutshell. Eze's done enough to keep his place. Odegaard's going to have to try and earn his place. I don't care if he's captain. I don't care if he's whatever he is. Eze stays in the 10 for me. I think Eze's a better player than Odegaard from what I've seen Odegaard in the last 2 seasons. I've seen a brilliant Odegaard in 2023, but he hasn't shown me that since. And Eze did today. So in my eyes, Eze deserves the 10.
Yeah.
Performance today. Let's get on the old team, my friend. Rashid.
David Raya, minus 42.
Oh man.
Yeah,
player rating.
Yeah, that was a bozo moment, David. Yeah, but listen, we've seen that coming. How many times have we seen David Raya off his line? And how many times have we all said he's going to get caught one day? He's going to get caught one day. But let's go over before we get to the David Raya and the. I'll get on to Zubimendi in a minute. But overall performance, Rashid, that's probably the best performance I've seen in a long, long time. All-round performance, I mean.
Amazing.
What was saying, bro? And I've got to be honest, I thought it was going to be a scruffy 2-1, and I'll admit that.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a kind of untight. I said we'd win it, but I thought it was going to be a little bit. I said, just get the 3 points. Just get the 3 points. That blew me away today. So big up to Arsenal. Well, what we saying?
He actually did. I mean, we did a show before the game, and everybody was there. I think Lee was the only one that said 3-1, and the others I forgot. But everyone was saying 3-2, 2-1. You know, those scruffy games, like you said, and that's what I was thinking as well. I thought they would be a draw because of the level I've seen Arsenal play when from open play, of course, not set pieces. I thought that because Gabriel's not there, I mean, our main threat. Gabriel's basically our best striker, but he's a centre back. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So
yeah, he's been our most goal threat, hasn't he?
He is. Gabriel is our best goal threat. Like before this game, he was our best goal threat. We always score at set piece, and then we start scoring goals from open play because other teams will obviously open up to equalize. But today they played with 5 at the back. I was like, oh, it's going to be a scruffy game. It's going to be a tough game. How are we going to break them down?
Yeah, we were surprised with Spurs' lineup, to be honest.
Yeah. Xavi Simons wasn't in the team. I was like, oh shit, they want runners in that midfield. They want runners. They want Bentancur and Paulinho. They wanted to like take over that midfield and defend and catch us on the counter. Which, to be honest, I would do that. Do you know what I'm saying? I would do that. But overall, I was surprised. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was so surprised because all I usually see is
Woolly condom, isn't
yeah. Don't start. Don't get the chat. Don't get the chat into it. Don't encourage the chat.
Quality, Rashid.
Sorry, Rashid.
Hey, listen. The thing is that I didn't expect it because of the way we play from open play. I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen Arsenal really. That U-shaped football never opens up teams. So, is it individual brilliance from Eze? I don't know. Is it the system? That's
we'll
another
have to
question
wait and see how we perform against Chelsea and Bayern. Can we carry it on? This is the question, isn't it?
Yeah, that's basically it. Can we carry it on? Can we play? Can we play like this every game? I know that every game's different, and everybody's gonna say, "Oh, but you don't play every game different." Yeah, I understand that. But when teams are playing a low block, can we please play like this? Can we please play like this? Open them up from the middle. From the middle. Where did the goals come from? From the middle.
Yeah, boy.
Stop trying to go into the side and then crossing the ball aimlessly. That's about it. That's my thoughts on the game, man. I was really surprised, guys.
Yeah,
but
I was surprised.
I wanted to ask you: is it Eze, individual brilliance, or is it the system? How do we open them up?
Well, obviously, Eze. I mean, you listen. You don't get a player that scores an hat-trick. It's down to individual brilliance because he took his goals really well, didn't he? I mean, the one after half time and the fourth. I mean, it was just. It was just brilliant. One touch, bang in the bottom corner. So it was a lot of individual brilliance. But I thought I don't know about you, Aaron. Hang on, let's get this super chat. Big up Icy Spicy. Thank you very much, Sam. Big up DJB, Aaron and Rashid. Big up to your Icy Spicy. Thank you very much. Hope everyone's well today. Thank you very much indeed for your super chat. I don't know about you, Aaron, but I got a sense because do you remember when I said to you earlier on, we was in the pub, weren't we? And I said to you, I can always tell by how the minute we kick off, I can tell how the game's going to go. And I've got to be honest, when we kicked off, we was with that little dink by Eze and Rice nearly scores. I don't know about you, but we just seemed at it from the start, didn't we?
Yeah. That's sort of what we've been asking for, though. And we're not going to. Like I said, I appreciate we're not going to run riot 4-1 every single game. We're not. But I do expect us to have a bit more productivity, have a bit more free-flowingness to our game. Do you know what I mean? A little bit more oomph, a little bit more verve, a little bit more je ne sais quoi. But we just didn't have it today. We didn't have it for most of the season, but today we had it in abundance. Of course, they're 3 individual fantastic moments from Eze, but we've done well to get in the positions for it. And to be fair as well, there was no set piece goals. They're all from open play. So we've been criticised a lot, and we've been criticising, and I believe rightly so, by the way. But today, we showed another side. We showed that side today that we just want to see a little bit more of. We appreciate, or at least definitely I will. I think I do speak for a lot of people, but I'll speak for myself when I say this. I do appreciate that you're not going to be able to blow every team off the park. You're not going to be able to run through everyone. You're not going to be able to play sensational football for 38 games. And I really, really, really love the fact that we're so dangerous from set pieces. But I've always wanted to be the set piece danger that we have attacking, to be another string in the bow, not the actual bow and the arrow, I wanted just that to be another thing in our pardon the pun in our Arsenal. So to be able to show a different way of playing today is what I've wanted to see for a long time. So we've got it in the locker. We've clearly got it in the locker, and we've shown it. Let's face it, today, all right, it was a very, very, very poor Spurs side, but they've been good away from home all season. The manager's pragmatic. When we've played Brentford, managed by, of course, Frank, there's never really been, I think I can remember one game that was pretty comfortable, but they've always been quite tricky games. So I was expecting quite a tight, pragmatic, possibly, one of them slow sort of whatever. But I know, my head's gone there when I was writing that. But so I was expecting that. I was expecting that.
In right settings.
What I've seen today is basically what I've just wanted to see for a lot more. Now, again, Chelsea, there's a different prospect coming up. I won't go too much into it. You might want to do a section on it. You might not want to. But what I said to you earlier today, and I think I either said it to you or I said it to Dan Potts. I don't know which one. I was like, we can stumble over the line today and get 3 points, and all well and good. We get that 7-point buffer. But what does it say for a Chelsea next week when we play at Stamford Bridge? If we fall over the line, Chelsea will probably be going, I think we'll still do these. They didn't look great against Spurs. I reckon we'll do these. But what did I say? If we put Tottenham to the sword today, what does that say not only for the rest of the Premier League, but what does it say for Chelsea next week? Chelsea will be devastated today, by the way. Chelsea will be devastated with this, by the way, because they would have wanted to go, look, Arsenal look a bit shit, didn't they? Come on, let's go up for it. Instead, they're going to go, fuck me, Arsenal looked good today, didn't they? That's what they'll do. Now, don't listen to anyone that's saying otherwise, because it's a lie. Chelsea, all their players, their manager and their fans would have been devastated with the way we played today. They would have hoped that we'd have been shit or poor or won crap or lost or drew. They won't be happy with playing us now. If we'd have played crap and got over the line, they'd have fancied their chances. They'll be a little bit worried now. And it sends a message as well to the Manchester City fans. Now, I'm not getting carried away at all. I'm quite grounded. I'm just telling you a scenario about this weekend. Manchester City fans would have gone, we've done our thing. Come on, Spurs, do the thing. You've been good away from home. Look what you've done to us. They'd have gone, for fuck's sake. Yeah, Arsenal look a little bit better this season, didn't they? And that's what we want. We want to get the points. That's first. But secondary, you want to put the shitters into your rivals. And that's what I feel that we've done today.
We've laid a marker down there, haven't we?
That's exactly right. And look, it's match day 12. No one ever won the league on match day 12. No one ever did. And I will still be extremely cautious. I'm still really looking forward to how we're going to get into the next game. One of the things I did like about today, and we spoke about this earlier as well, is the fact that, big up Dan Potts, by the way, just give you a raid.
Big up Dan for the raid. Big up, my friend.
Usually when Arsenal drop points, i.e. I'm going to reference the Sunderland draw, we usually drop points in clusters. And we've seen that 2 years ago when we had a title challenge, when we were 2-0 up against Liverpool, 2-2. 2-0 up West Ham, 2-2, and then we drew Southampton. The same thing again when we was first place the year after. We were first at Christmas. Guess what happens? Oh, yeah, lose 2-0 home at West Ham, go lose up at Fulham. We drop points in clusters. So it was a big challenge today for Mikel Arteta to right the wrong, because a win like this now goes, Sunderland, we forget about it. We forget about it now.
But do you know what? You hit a good point there, because, like, do you think on the back end of this, do you think that Sunderland, although we dropped points, do you reckon that was like a little blessing in disguise? Do you reckon that was the kick up? Because I said at the time, sometimes a result like that can give you a lift.
Possibly.
Although it's a negative, it can give you a lift, because I think going into that game, Rachid, against Sunderland, we was like, oh, this team's unbeatable. And I think the players felt that as well. But they actually got a kick up the backside against Sunderland, didn't it? Do you reckon that spurred them on today in the North London derby?
I mean, it's a derby, DJB. You never know what really, do you know what I'm saying? You can't really say that it's because of the Sunderland game, because it's a derby. You just don't know what you're going to get.
No.
It's that kind of games. I know that they usually don't beat us in the Emirates. They usually don't, but like, you never know what you're going to get with a derby.
But their away form coming into this game was brilliant, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah. I just think today, I'll be honest. I just think today we were more free flowing. Do you know what I'm saying? I think today we sat there, or Arteta sat there, and I was like, listen, Gabriel's not there, so we can't be relying on set pieces that much. You know what I'm saying? Let's put the handbrake down. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's let them attack a little bit. Because you see it, the first chance we get Declan Rice. Declan Rice, box crashing, little dink, had a shot. The whole stadium's they heard the roar.
He was brilliant again
the
today,
game. Do you know what I'm saying? It kind of that's what you said, didn't it? That's what you said. You said as soon as Declan Rice took that shot, even though he should have scored that, but still, it gave us that little bit of
right from the start.
Today,
exactly.
The intent.
Today we're on smoke today. Today we're not joking. We're not here to joke.
Fact.
But that's my opinion. I think it was more free for I think I am a box crasher. Do you know what it is? I think it was more free flowing. It was very surprising. I don't know. It was a weird one today, DJB. Aaron, I really don't know. I really don't know what happened today.
It's what we've wanted, isn't it, Rachid?
Yeah.
It's what we've wanted to see, that.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just speechless because, yes, we dropped points against Sunderland, but are we really a team that learns from mistakes? Are we really?
No, as Aaron said, we normally, when we drop points, especially this time of year, we normally go on a little run where we sort of like draw a couple and slip up, don't we? Whereas this is a different mentality, isn't it? Because we drop points against Sunderland and we've absolutely demolished. I think Spurs look shell shocked, to be honest, because they set up for a draw, didn't they, Aaron? I mean, we saw the lineup, didn't we, in the pub before? Yeah. Before, and we said 5 at the back. They're not even going for this. I know they've got injuries, but listen, man, they put up. I'm not taking anything away from us because we destroyed them, but they were poor, weren't they? I mean, I see Nottingham Forest and Leeds put up a better fight. Seriously.
Mate, I had a couple of mates in the Spurs end as well, obviously supporting Spurs, and I managed to speak to them after the game, and they ain't happy. And basically the same thing I said to them is the same thing I'll say now. I always have that feeling when it's Spurs. It doesn't matter whether we're first or they're 20th or God forbid ever vice versa, even though that was a stage at once under this manager for the first ever time, just letting you know. I always get that little horrible little feeling in the stomach. It's a good feeling, it's a horrible feeling, like, oh, Spurs is here. I've always had it for my whole entire life and it's never gone. And match day today, I had it like butterflies, horrible butterflies. It's good, it's bad. I don't know. I always get that with Spurs. And the reason why I get it is because the match can be unpredictable. It's the highest scoring game in Premier League history. And we we see it again why today. And yeah, like I said, I just got that horrible little feeling. And we get there today, and it was the poorest I've ever seen a Spurs side.
It's a long while since I've seen a Spurs team like that. So bad.
I'll see the lineup, and it was only really Kudus. That was actually you knew that was probably going to be attacking. Even Richarlison up front, you knew he was just going to be a bastard and play that sort of striker.
Not to cut you off, but like Calafiori dealt with him. But I'm sure we'll get to that.
It was just I couldn't believe it. Like I couldn't believe that they just weren't even in the fight. Like it just looked like they thought, do you know what? Right, it's a boxing game. I won't even put my gloves up. That's what they'd done. They didn't even put their gloves up. They were not a threat whatsoever. And I was almost annoyed. Like I was expecting, at least something, at least a reason or an excuse why I get them little butterflies in my stomach. That was nothing to worry about. And that was just embarrassing from Spurs. The tactics, the game plan, the way their intention, the way the game panned out for them, they didn't attack. They didn't do anything. It was about as poor as you can get it. And that team that we played today is probably one of, if not the, in recent years, one of the worst teams I've seen rock up at the Emirates. That is, for 90 minutes, that is one of the worst teams I've ever seen in that stadium with my eyes. One of the worst teams. It was embarrassing. And I said to a couple of people, and I said to Sav as well, big up Sav. He does Football Heritage. I like him. We had a little chat, and it just is. He gets it. Like it was just, it was pathetic. Like you didn't even lay. Like, could you imagine? Like that was your team. There's a way you lose games.
Do you know what made me laugh? You know what made me laugh? Sorry to interrupt you. Made me laugh at the end of the game is when Thomas Frank went over at the end of the game to clap the away fans, and there must have only been about 10 fans in there.
Oh, there was none left. I've got a photo of it on the phone. In fact, he
had more fans at Brentford than he did at Spurs on the away game. Do you know what I mean? It was like him going over to clap like a load of.
This was the 80th minute. Hold on. Can we see it? No Spurs fans left.
Let's see the end. Yeah, I know. It was. Yeah, that's it. It was so bad, man. It was.
I mean, there's a way to lose, DJB. There's a way to lose, like Aaron said. There's a way to lose, and that is not a way. I think they had 0 shots on. Okay, 1 shot on target. Sorry.
Yeah,
and it was that goal.
It was that goal. And listen, it's been absolute performances all round. Trossard again on the left. Now, as you know, I've always said, for me, Trossard is ideal to come off the bench. He's ideal to perhaps start and then bring off or squad player. But I'm gonna put it out there. Trossard for me has impressed me over the last 3 or 4 games, and again today on the left, I thought Trossard was really good today. I would say out of the 2 wingers, I would say Trossard was better than Saka. I don't know what anyone else thought. People were saying that Saka had a brilliant game.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see it.
To be fair,
I personally didn't see it. I'm not saying he had a stinker. We're not getting on his back.
Yeah, definitely not
putting him down. But I'm still not seeing the Saka that I'm used to seeing. I don't know about you. One of you's coming because I don't know whether it was me, but I didn't see that.
Do you know why I'm laughing? It's because when it comes to Saka, we're so touchy with it. We can't even talk about it. We're dodging it.
He's a bit protected.
Because you know what you'll be called. Saka did not do anything today. I didn't see him. Did you guys see him? If you did see him, please let us know. What did he create? Just give me one chance that he did. I think he only did one thing. He dribbled past Edogi, and then he got a free kick for it.
First half, that wasn't it?
That was the only thing I remember from Saka. Trossard was balling out. By the way, Trossard's better than Martinelli. Like, people need to know that. Trossard is way better than Martinelli.
Yeah. Technically, he's better than Martinelli, isn't he?
Yeah, technically.
Yeah. And finishing.
And that's about it. Even Moreno. I saw Moreno drop into the midfield and try to, like,
Yeah,
link up the play
yeah.
and play that false nine. But I
Yeah.
did not see Saka was good today. There you go. See, that's an overstatement. I don't think he was good. I think he
Yeah.
was okay.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
listen.
He was all right. Yeah, he didn't do anything wrong, but he
Yeah,
wasn't
5 out of 10.
majestic either, was he? Yeah,
He never
Have you
got
seen him,
standard. Yeah.
Aaron? I mean,
What?
did you see Saka today? What did you see from Saka today? Could you please remind me
Yeah.
of any chance I'm forgetting that he created, or is
Yeah,
it
I mean,
me?
he had a whip shot, didn't he? I think, and that's sort of
yeah,
about it. Yeah, he had a. But
He had a shot where
it was
the
one of
keeper
it was
saved
one
it,
of
didn't
them. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but it was one of them sort of games where he probably was involved in a bit of the play. He didn't do much wrong, but he wasn't standy outy. Do you know what I mean? He was all right. He was just part of the squad today, wasn't he? But we're
Yeah.
used to seeing Saka being that guy, aren't we? And he has been, and that's why I was saying we're never knocking this. You know what I mean?
No.
Saka's
No.
carried Arsenal Football Club for the vast majority of the time that he's been
Oh,
a footballer at Arsenal.
Yeah.
But this season / since his injury, he ain't quite hitting them heights yet. Now we're not saying he's finished. No one's saying that. No one's saying he's shit. No one's saying he's rubbish or ever. But we know there's a lot more from him. We know there's a lot more in his locker, and I hope it.
Yeah.
I hope it comes sooner rather than later.
Yeah. I mean, what was frustrating for me today is we were comfortable, right? We were absolutely comfortable cruising. Spurs never really laid a glove on us.
No,
So
pathetic.
what I didn't understand is why was Declan Rice still playing at 90 odd minutes when we got Bayern Munich coming up and a massive game against Chelsea? Right? I had the league table up, guys. If we lose against Chelsea, they're only 3 points behind, right? So what is There's a couple of questions. Listen, I'm over the moon. The team played well, brilliant, fantastic. However, why was Declan Rice still on the field of play after 90 odd minutes when he could have been substituted? Because
Why didn't Mosquera come off for Saliba instead of Nketiah?
Why did
Timber for Ben
Mosquera?
White?
Yeah, right, exactly, right. And the other question I've got to ask is, why weren't Wanyeri brought on and Saka taken off earlier? This is because Saka looked tired to me again. He looked laboured again.
Yeah.
These are the questions we have to throw out there. Because can you imagine if Rice would have got injured in the 87th? Because Spurs were flying in. There should have been a lot more yellow cards than
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
I thought the referee on the yellow cards was a little bit kind of generous, right?
He's a rat, isn't he, though?
Yeah, but I've got to be honest. Spurs, they weren't holding back on the tackles. They knew they were beaten, so they were trying to just really intimidate a lot of our players. Now that was dangerous ground for Rice to be on. So when we were 3-0 up, 3-0 up, 3-1 even, we was in no danger. What is Rice still doing on?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you saying, boys?
This is the thing, though. And this is the thing. There's always that little bit like, why are you not learning from that? So, Richarlison, did he get the goal in the 55th minute, I think, or something like that? That was to make it 3-1. Even if you give it another 10 minutes and the game sort of stables itself back out, you're looking at the 65th minute. All right, even if you go to the 70th minute, why are we not getting fresh legs on? Why is at least even just a midfielder or something like that coming on? You know what I mean? Or a change of shape or something like that, or putting Trossard maybe up top or Martinelli up top or putting Martinelli on in general anyway. Getting them legs on nice and early, even if it's just the one around 65th, 70th minute. And then, when you start getting to the 75th and your 80s, why are you not then able to take off a Declan Rice? Why are we waiting until the 90 or so minute to bring on Ethan Waneri?
Yeah.
Why are we not? Why at 4-1? When did they score the fourth goal? Was it in the 85th minute or something like that?
But this goes back
80 or something like that?
Yeah.
Why? As soon as that goal went in, just quickly, D. As soon as that fourth goal went in, probably if you include extra time with 10ish sort of minutes left, why were there not 3 subs instantaneously? Why? Why the second that fourth one went in? Why were there not right? Rice, get off. Saliba, get off. Saka, get off.
Yeah.
What are you leaving them on the field for? Because, like you said, all it takes is one Benton Core or one someone like that to go.
Or
Richarlison
Richarlison was
goes,
getting up.
"Fuck
He was
you."
getting the ump, wasn't he? He
Yeah.
was putting the foot in.
Yeah.
Let me get these super chats, guys,
Yeah.
before I bring Rashid in on the
Yeah.
substitutions. We've had Icy Spicy. Big up, Nicholas. Thank you very much. 3:30 a.m. Wake up with the Worth it buzzing. Big up, guys. Big up to you, Nicholas.
Yeah.
Big up, my friend. Support of all the channels as well.
Big up,
And chat, make sure that you're subbing to Rashid, Arsenal Revolution, and Aaron Talks Arsenal. And please, 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 make sure you sub to these. Make sure you sub into me as well. All of us, because it does help our channels. Big up, Dan, for the raid. Make sure, put a smash a like. There's 200 and odd people in the build. Everyone should be smashing a like, and that will really help the channel. Big up to everyone that's in the chat tonight. Thank you very much. It's a celebration, guys. We're all over the moon, but we are now moving on to the substitutions. Joseph, big up DJB, Aaron and Rashid. I know Marino is hit and miss at times, but that was a good assist for the Trossard goal. Listen, one thing with Marino, and I've always said it, I don't want to see him in midfield. The odd moment he drifted into midfield, he ended up on his backside.
Yeah.
He's not a midfield player for Arsenal Football Club. He might be for Spain in the system that they play, but in the system we play, he's not a midfield. But when he plays up top as a number 9, I've not been able to fault him. So big up Marino as well, and it was a good assist. So that's how I am with Marino. I don't ever want to see him in midfield. 83rd minute, Rice still on the deck, picked up the yellow. There you go. There you go. This is what we're on about, Rashid, isn't it? With the substitutions. Yeah. Listen, I thought with the injury crisis at Arsenal, we've got Bayern Munich, we've got Chelsea away, and we've got an informed Aston Villa team coming up as well. Surely you got when you get I said this the other day, when you've got the opportunity to protect your key assets. Why is he still not doing it, this manager?
DJB, when I think about it, is that we were 3-0 up. There was a couple of plays that you did not need to play until the end of the game. First of all, you're going to give a chance to the players that are not playing. So when they do play, they won't be out of form. Because you know when we bring in a player and then they'll tell you, like, for example, we bring in Skelly and then Skelly bucks up and then they score. They'll be like, oh, but Skelly doesn't play. He hasn't played for a long time. Exactly. He can play. There was moments in some games where you can play these players. You don't need to play these players all the time. We're playing Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and Premier League. That's 4 competitions. 4. Klopp used to go for all 4 of them and win one of them, but killed all the players that he had. All the players that he had all have muscle injuries, problems that Klopp inherited because he played with the same system with a whole constant pressure that gets you injuries because the players are running. The other day I was watching something on Insta and they were showing how Arsenal players run after the ball after they lose the ball. The amount of running our players do. I don't know if anybody's got the stats, but I know they do a lot of running. So when you get a chance like this 3-0, come here, Rice. Come here, Timber. Come here, Saka. Let's protect our best assets. You don't need them now. The game's done and dusted. It's 3-0. If they get a goal back, we've still got players on the bench that need to play. Ethan needs to play. So if someone gets injured and then Ethan comes on, you can't be telling me, oh, but Ethan didn't play the whole season. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And we don't risk the injuries. And this is the whole thing where everybody was saying, oh, squad depth. Okay, here's the squad depth. Use it. Why are you not using it? But again, man, I don't know why he likes to go with. I really don't have the answer, I don't know why he doesn't take off these players, even though there were so many games. There were so many games that we had that we already were winning or we were controlling. And
he done it against Prague, Rashid, didn't he? We see him do it against Prague. Aaron brought up last week about Sunderland. Saka and Rice were on their knees in the league game against Sunderland, and he didn't make the substitutions. And like today, this ain't a criticism about us smashing Spurs. We've smashed Spurs. Brilliant performance all round. All right, Incape weren't really tested, but his time will come. I thought Calafiori done his job well. Timber was brilliant. You know, all of that. We'll get on to Zubimendi later on, but substitutions again, Aaron. I mean, why is he?
Yeah.
Why is he running? Why is he risking? Why is he risking it? Because I'm saying to my son next to me, what is Rice still doing? Everyone around me, 3-0 up, they're going, take Rice off, make the subs.
It's basic, isn't it?
Get Wanyeri on. Let's have a little look at Wanyeri. Let's see Wanyeri get involved.
Yeah. D, do you know what, boys, as well, Rashid? Chat. It's not like we're asking Mikel Arteta to make that substitution that no one see coming, that wins you the game, that genius substitute. We're not asking him to do that every game, to have to make these managerial in-game decisions that pull you out of the woods and win you. We're not asking you to do that. What we're asking you to do, big up Normski, is see the obvious. And by that, I mean, if you're 7 years now into managing, you're in your 7th season, rather, into managing the 3rd biggest club in England, a fantastic, worldwide known Arsenal club that we are, football club. All we do is ask you to just make the basic substitutions minimum. This is basic stuff. You're a 7-season manager of England's elite clubs. How can you not see this? If you're not, it's like anything. If you can't learn that already, you probably never will learn that. This is basic substitutions. Everyone would have gone, wow, what's Rice still doing on the field? Why was he still on the field? Just if anyone can give me a plausible reason, an answer as to why he's on the field. Like I said, even worst case scenario, the second that Eze goal goes in, 3 or 4 subs. Get off. Why not even do that? And then this just gives us ammunition when we're saying to all these fans that don't want to listen, when we're basically saying, look, our players are tired. Our players are running to the ground. He's going to start Declan Rice against Bayern Munich, and he's probably going to play the full 90 minutes. Do you think that he could have probably done with a 20-minute breather in this game? Yes, he bloody well could have. Yeah. They'll go, oh yeah, but Patrick Vieira played a lot. I think it doesn't matter. It's people will say all of that crap. It's a different intensity now. There's different intensity in training. There's more workload throughout the season. It's totally different now. The demands on these players are a lot higher than they was.
The Champions League is another league.
And these managers as well, when we're making them comparisons, rotated their squad. They did. Even I brought it up with Gabriel, right, on my show. I think it was my call-in on Friday, and we went through it. And just in the season so far, and we're only in November, I managed to obviously save him 25% of his workload in games he shouldn't have played. That was just skimming it very quickly. That's 25% over this phase of the season. We're only a third away through the season, by the way. That you could have saved someone 25% in their legs. He's not going to be in the red zone, is he? And when you're putting him through the paces, when you're bringing him on against Port Vale and Brighton in the Carabao Cups when their game's won, why are you bringing him on? Why are you bringing him on? I don't understand it. Do you not think that he could have benefited? And they'll go, oh yeah, but Carlo Ancelotti ruined him. No, he didn't. Carlo Ancelotti managed that one game. Mikel Arteta's managed him for the last 150 or 200 games. It's not Carlo Ancelotti's fault. It's the geezer that's handled him for the fucking 51 of the other weeks in the league. And that's what we're saying about Declan Rice. Why just leave him there? Why not bring him off? And he will always be ready to face
towards the end again.
And so did Saka. And we will always be able to say this against Mikel Arteta unless he changes it. And I'm sorry, look, this is a £15, 60 pence managerial decision. Anyone can make that decision. He's on 15.6 million. This is supposed to be one of the best managers in the world. And he can't fucking make substitutions when you're 3-1 up and 4-1 up. Come off it. Come on, please. Come on.
Exactly. And I mean, there was Timber left on there as well, wasn't it, Rashid? I mean, we had Timber on there. First of all, I said when we were 3-0 up, I said get Saka on, give Wanyeri a run out, because this Wanyeri has been linked with loan moves. Now, the reason why he's been linked with a loan move, and the reason why I think he will go on loan, he proved my point today. He brought him on in what, the 89th minute? I don't think the boy even touched the ball. The way he's treating him, really, is a bit. It's not on, is it? I mean, he could have had.
He
some
was
games
late once,
today,
DJ.
couldn't he?
Yeah.
He could have had.
He
I'm
was late
sorry.
once to training.
Sorry, mate. Go on, carry on.
He was late once to training. That's what I heard last season.
Really?
Do you remember that one? Do you remember that one?
I do remember that one.
Yeah, that was last season, though, wasn't it?
Rashid's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But he's petty enough, this manager. Rashid's
he is,
right.
isn't
I
it?
mean,
He is.
come on, mate. Why weren't the young kid on at 3-0 up and give him a little run out? And you know what I mean? I mean, listen, I know there's a game to win, but at 3-0 up, Spurs are pro. Is Wanyeri going to dent this Arsenal team at 3-0 up? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Really,
I don't want them
get
to talk about injuries anymore, DJB, because they got Calafiore that didn't train for 10 days, yeah, and he played him today.
Yeah,
You risked him. Right? So when he
and
does
brought
get
him off in the
injured,
80th minute or something, 85th minute.
exactly. So when he does get injured, it is you.
Yeah,
It's you. Because you had
Yeah.
Skelly on the bench.
Right.
Even though Calafiore did lock up Kudus, and Kudus is a baller, by the way. I like Kudus, but he
Yeah.
didn't do anything today. But either way, you risked him. Okay, the reward is us applauding whatever you did. Okay, well done for you did. But if he gets injured, we go back to you and say, hey, it was your fault. Because there was other chances. There was Skelly. You didn't need to play him. Okay, do you know what? Play Timber on the left and play Ben White on the right.
Well, I said today, when I saw the lineup today, I was quite shocked that Calafiore was starting, to be honest, because I thought Skelly was going to start. Because, as you said, Calafiore hasn't trained for 10 days. So I'm thinking, why ain't Skelly starting? Skelly had start because I didn't think Calafiore was fully fit. So he's obviously been rushed back and he's played like 80 odd minutes. Again, we're cruising in a game and this guy's not trained for 10 games. It's risking injury.
We've got a squad of 25 players. He only plays 11 players. The others don't get any minutes. Let's be honest. They get little microwave minutes, 5 minutes here, 2 minutes there, barely touch the ball. Some of them come on the pitch and barely touch the ball. They're just running after the ball. That's all they do. So let's be honest. For example, Bayern Munich game, it's unnecessary. We've got 12 points already. We've got a couple of games against teams that we could probably win.
Well, we got Bayern Munich, we got Bruges away, we got Inter, which is going to be a tough one, and then we got Carriot at home, which is a banker in my book. Bruges will be tough, but we should get over the line there. Yeah. We can afford to drop points against Bayern. I mean, I don't want to. I think a draw would be sufficient, to be honest. A win would be brilliant. But again, you've mentioned it, Aaron, haven't you? I mean, he could rotate, couldn't he, on Wednesday a little bit, couldn't he? He's got points in the bag to do that, hasn't he?
Yeah. Look, I've said this a couple of times here on stream. It's a big game, obviously, Bayern Munich. You know, I'm not saying throw the game or anything like that, but if you'd have said to us before the Spurs game, what's more important? The two games, i.e. Spurs and Chelsea, or the Bayern game? You'd have gone the two league games because you know we've amassed them points in
12 points.
Exactly right. We've done our work, and that's actually fair dues to us. You know, when you do the business and you accumulate the points, brother, you know, you put yourselves in these strong positions. That's what it's all about. You get them wins, and I'm not saying you can afford to rest everyone. I'm not saying treat the Bayern game like a Carabao Cup game at all whatsoever. But if there was a game you could draw out of them three, you'd choose to draw the Bayern game, wouldn't you, as opposed to the Spurs and the Chelsea game? Because we know the severity of getting 3 points, the importance of getting 3 points in every single game. So I'm not saying rest everyone. I'm saying you could rest the Declan Rice and Saka, just them two, and just them two. You know, you can do that against them, and then maybe make adequate substitutions there or thereabouts. You know, I'm not saying, you know, treat it like I said, like it's a Carling Cup game. Don't do that, but I would rotate the squad, or if you are going to go with your starting lineup, you know, make sure that you've got in the back exactly. Make sure, even if it's still 0-0. or whatever, in the back of your head, I'd rather us go, look, we'll take a fucking draw. I know it's not pretty, but do you know what? You don't really need to win. A win would be lovely against Bayern. But I would rather the fresh legs against Chelsea. And I'm not saying I'd rather the fresh legs against Chelsea over a loss, but I'm just saying it's all about managing the workload. That's what it's all about. We've got to manage these scenarios in the season. We've got to be able to go, well, look, you know, we've done the business here. Now we can give players a rest here and here and here. Keep the squad fresh. You know, we've got a big squad anyway. Apparently, people are telling us the best in the world. Granted, it's got some injuries. Granted, some of them are coming back. It doesn't matter. If you keep overplaying the same 11, the same 12, the same 13, you're going to get injuries over the course of a 60-game season. And that's what we want to try and avoid because we're getting them anyway. Exactly. You know, and it's all, and that's where Mikel earns his money. And I want to see him do it. I want to see him do it. You know, you look at Manchester City. You look at Manchester City in the year that they won it, when Phil Foden, big up Suj and Kwaja, when Phil Foden was player of the season. He didn't play every single game in that season. He was brought on through necessary. I think he scored maybe even a hat-trick or two in the Champions League. He's like, all right, Phil, no worries, you're sitting down. And he didn't play him for a fucking 2 games because it's all about keeping him fresh. Now, whether Guardiola intentionally done it, whether the Man City fans were happy about it, Phil Foden was kept fresh through that season. And look at what he done. Player of the season, Manchester City win 4 in a row. That's what we need to start doing.
Yeah, just rotate up. We've got the squad. We've got the squad. We've got the players. Before I bring in Normski, let's have a little look at this. We lose, you lot moan to the Evans. We win, you lot moan to the Evans. Well, you've obviously not been listening because we've been full of praise tonight and we've been happy and we've been gassed. In actual fact, me and Aaron's all been to the game and we was buzzing and jumping around and celebrating and all sorts.
Go watch Josh Short before the game outside the stadium.
What we're doing, we're talking about football. We're talking about player rotations. When we were cruising and Tottenham weren't a threat, we was talking about making substitutions to protect people like Declan Rice instead of playing him for 90 odd minutes. Perhaps you don't agree with that. I don't know, but as I said, thank you for your input. But if you don't like it, go elsewhere. No problem at all. Big up to your Norms. Thank you for joining us. Norms.
Nope.
See Eze in the background.
Yeah.
What we saying, Norms? Give us a little run. Give us
a
little
run. How dare he's scored against the club that he was meant to play for?
Yeah, I know. Good, isn't
Thomas Frank, did you hear it, Norms? In midweek?
Listen,
Thomas Frank said Eze who?
Yeah, my son made a meme about it. So I'm going to be checking my son's meme out. But apparently, I heard that Thomas Frank was saying Eze who? That's who. Free Eze who? That's who. Yeah,
that's what you get.
Very much. Thank you very much. And look, you guys, stop moaning, man. What's wrong with you? Now listen, first of all,
we gave Eze 25 minutes of the limelight. We absolutely over the moon with him. So what are you saying, Norms?
Yeah. Listen, bro, let me first of all say, bro, I was doing the Lord's work today, feeding the homeless and all of that. So I was watching it in spouts and bits and pieces, but what I caught was the Eze goals, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. What I caught was the Eze goals, those moments, man. It was absolutely fantastic. First of all, doing the derby and beating Tottenham 4-1. I mean, listen, these guys didn't come to win no games. They just came there to just park the bus. They didn't have no intention. Literally from the start, they were time wasting. You have Vicaro time wasting. They didn't have no tension. Listen, they can have the best away record. Who cares? We put that to bed today. So, listen, Uncle Alexis, if it's Uncle Alexis, I can't remember who's having the moment at us. We're positive right now, yeah? But at the same time, you got to understand, Tottenham didn't offer nothing. And when you're so dominant, this is the time when you say, right, okay, because they didn't like scoring. It was a massive mistake by Zubimendi. You know, we know what happens.
About that in a minute.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, yeah? And obviously, Ray out off his line. Apart from that, that's all they had.
Yeah,
so
flawless,
for me, you know what I mean? I just say we put that game to bed. You've got a game in midweek, and to me, I think he's still going to go and play his strongest side because, as you rightly said, Aaron, I don't mind if he rests players and we end up getting a draw against Bayern because the real game is the Chelsea game away. Yeah, that's the game that we need to go and win that game. Do you know what I mean? Listen, fantastic weekend with Liverpool dropping points. They're pretty much out of the race now. We're 11 points clear of them. that result, where I thought to myself, Newcastle probably the best they could get is a draw. But look what they went and done that. So all in all, it was a fantastic weekend. Two of our rivals dropping points, us stepping up to the plate, and again, hats off to Mikel Arteta, guys. I'm actually praising Mikel Arteta. Hats off, playing that double pivot, allowing Eze to do his thing in that number 10. Odegaard, take note, Ray, because this guy didn't mess about. As soon as he had that ball in front of him, his first thought was to shoot. This guy could have had 4 goals. Think about it. A hat trick. The last time they scored a hat trick in a North London derby was back in 1978. So this is a
madness,
right? Proud moment, and Eze to do that, in the North London derby at the end was absolutely fantastic. At the same time, yes, it's great, but like with anything, if you go inside, you're going to start looking at the little things that we can do better. So some of the things that we could have done better is brought up some of those players, give Ethan Wanry a run out.
Yeah, just a rotation.
Just rotation. Because you don't want to run these guys into the ground. You don't want to run these guys into the ground because at the end of the day, we've got players coming back from long-term injuries and they've got to get back to match fitness and whatnot. You need to give them minutes in their legs. Yeah. Listen, Declan Rice, fantastic today. I mean, marauding, doing all the work. Look, apart from that mistake from Zubimendi, listen, the side itself played really well today. Do you know what I mean? Great assist from Moreno for the first goal for Trossard. And then the second goal, Eze just does what Eze does, you know what I mean? An assist from Deckers, then another assist from Timber, and then assist from Trossard. So Trossard had a fantastic game as well.
I thought Trossard was brilliant.
I mean, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And for you two to be there buzzing, I saw your fan cam. Oh, I think it was before. I don't know if you did a fan cam.
So
it was really great. I saw you and DJ were together. So listen, positive. We're positive today, man.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what I'm saying. But it is at the end of the day, Uncle Lexus, it is a football channel, and we are allowed to talk about everything football. We're over the moon that we've won, and we're gassed that we're top, and everyone's played brilliantly. But it is because it's a football channel. Like you go in a pub or like you sit in a living room and you watch it live, you talk about football. So you talk about what substitutions can be made. You talk about injuries. You talk about the fixtures that are coming up. You talk about the heavy load during the Christmas period. Yeah. That's why we've got a big squad, Uncle Lexus, to give opportunities to other players so that your best players are not injured. And then if our best players are injured, we will suddenly find ourselves not top of the league. Do you understand? If you don't understand, then try and get someone else to explain it. But no, you're right, Norski. But as I said, listen, don't want to come across negative. I'm talking about football players and I'm talking about football. I'm going to say it now. You all know my points. And listen, all those that have come over from Dan thinks Zubimendi is absolutely brilliant, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But once again, I know it was only once, but defensively, when he was put under pressure, he lost the ball and it ended up in the back of our net. Now, if that's it, the Etihad in April, and we need 3 points, and it's 1-0 or it's 1-1, and he's getting caught because it's not the first time he's been caught on the ball, Rachid, is it? Yes. I know he's good with the ball. He's quality on the ball. I'm not knocking him for that. I'm just looking at his defensive side of his work. And as a number 6, I personally don't have to agree with it. As a number 6, as a defensive midfield player, I think he's vulnerable and I think he's weak. And that's my only problem with Zubimendi. What are you saying?
I have to say this and I have to go. First of all, Uncle Lexus, I just wanted to say this and then we move on to Zubimendi. When you meet with your friends, what do you talk about? This is exactly what you talk about. You talk about the whole game, the game to come, the problems, the good things, the pros and cons. And that's how it is. You saw Arteta with the Rolex. You saw Arteta with the Rolex, right? He's getting paid. Who do you think's paying him? Who do you think's paying him? Listen, We're talking about. I think he missed the whole. I think he missed the whole hour, and then he caught us in that minute. But it doesn't matter anyway. There's a lot of these guys.
You know what? A lot of these fans are like. It's selective hearing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But as soon as you mention Arteta, they suddenly get all their hearing back again, don't they? It's amazing.
But yeah, man. Listen, Zubimendi. This is the thing about Zubimendi. Do you little question? Do you think Zubimendi would be more suitable as a number 8 than a number 6?
Well, I don't think he's a 6, but the problem is, I think Declan's made that position his own now in that position. I've
you think he could be like the dub? Could be.
He's the Jorginho to Kante, isn't he?
Thank you. Yeah, basically. Do you think maybe he could be that guy that would play the number 8, and then we only play him as a number 6 if we don't have anyone else? Because this is the first time he's done this. He's done this before, but Zubimendi's been all right. You know, he hasn't been shit. But going forward, Zubimendi's amazing. It's just defensively, there's a question marks. When he got the ball today, that was so unnecessary. You had 2 players on you. You're not Pedri. You're not going to dribble past them. So release the ball.
There was a simple lay. It was a simple layoff. I can't remember who was out wide. And he was in space. So me and my son was sitting down and analysing it.
Yeah.
And when he picked up that ball in that side of the
facing our goal.
Facing our goal, right? Now what he's done is picked it up and he started to run it. All he had to do was look up and just lay the ball across. Even if I wouldn't mind if you did your sideways pass, then do it then.
Yeah.
But you just run yourself into trouble, got beaten, and literally you got robbed. And I'm trying to remember, guys, you know, in pre-season when Tottenham beat us, did Raya get lobbed in that game?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
He got lobbed last season as well.
Yeah. It's happening far too often. Because what if you come up against a better team? Okay, listen, we was 3-0 up today, yeah?
And it ain't cost us, but it could do, Norms. This is what we're trying to say.
54 minutes in, right? That goal goes in against a better side who will constantly apply the pressure. Yeah. Arsenal will go back into their shell, sit back, gets another quick goal, 3-2, all of a sudden. So things like that.
I think it's unnecessary.
It was.
Norms. I mean, it's unnecessary. We're winning 3-0. You don't want them to score a goal. Just keep it the way. Let's control the game, see the game out. It's not a big problem now, because nothing happened. We won the game, but like someday it will be, and it's not the first time. It's not like we will never get onto someone if it's the first time. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you know, mistakes happen in football, but it's happened before. And even Raya, the Arsenal fans started saying that Raya was there because he plays the sweeper role. Yes, he does, but in that moment, he didn't need to play.
He didn't need to.
Yeah,
he didn't.
You know what I'm saying? Because we had the ball. And we weren't playing, do you know what I'm saying? We weren't pressing or anything. We weren't playing. So he didn't really need to play the sweeper ball.
Rachid as well. Do you know what it made? It made the game, right? So this is the feeling from the stadium. So for those that were there, you'll probably understand. For those that weren't, I'll articulate it. The buzzing around, obviously, when you get, you know, the third goal goes in straight away, it's party. It's party fucking settings, yeah? Everyone's buzzing. You're looking at that and thinking, do you know what? Any score could happen here. We could beat them by 3, 4. We could beat them by 5. That was the feeling around it. We was playing well up until then as well, creating, attacking. There was a buzz around the stadium. That goal goes in, and it went flat for about 15, 20 minutes. And I said to the geezer that sat next to me, I was like, do you know what? It's mad, isn't it, right? Because I would have taken the way we've performed, really, aside from this weird little thing now, I would have taken this absolutely well and truly before the game, but it just went well flat and it took a huge shine. And I was like, it's mad to actually say, but we need a 4th to just turn it into a really buzzing win again.
You know
because
what, Aaron? Sorry
about the game.
We had exactly the same feeling where I was sitting, because they had about a 3 or 4 or 5 minute spell there where I'm thinking, if they score a second,
exactly,
suddenly you're 3-0 up and cruising.
Yeah,
you give them that second. Was you feeling that as well, Aaron?
It was
everyone.
It was just weird, weren't it? Because as well, like Oliver, was it Michael Oliver? Sorry, whoever was the ref. I can't think now. I thought it was. Yeah, he was not giving Sash giving some silly bits, and I was just sitting there and thinking to myself, what's actually happened? 5 minutes ago, I'm dancing around in my seat. Do you know what I mean? Someone I'm thinking, this is wicked. This could be a riot here.
Yeah.
And it just went flat. The game just died, and it weren't because I wasn't as worried. Obviously, you know that maybe they could get a pen out of nothing, and then it's like, panic stations. But my head was more like, how was this turned into this? How have we got here? Like, this is
watching it, Rashid, on the TV. If you're at home, don't matter where you're watching it, either on the stream or whatever, you've got that feeling, didn't you?
My daughter said to me, "Stop." She said, "Stop stressing." I said, "Listen, you're 3-0 up and you're comfortable, and a silly mistake, 3-1. All of a sudden, I saw it. I saw the crowd go flat. I went flat, and I'm not even in the stadium. Yeah. And my daughter said, "Stop."
It went flat, bruv.
Right,
Norms. It was flat.
I think we've got PTSD as fans. Arsenal have let us down so many
we've got
times.
it bad. We ain't got it
so many times. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy with Arsenal. We need to be, for example, we're 6 points. We're 6 points clear, right? We're still
I'll just get the table up again, people, and I'll get it up again because I'm going to move on to Chelsea now because we've put Tottenham to the sword. We were brilliant today.
I need to run. Thank you very much for having me.
Rashid, thank you very much, my friend. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's your first time on the sit back, isn't it, my friend?
Yeah, this is my first
guys,
time.
make sure you sub.
I was glad to see you on, man.
What you doing? Chat out your channel and everything.
Salute. It's Arsenal Revolution TV. I've changed it to the level-headed Gooner. Now, from now on, you will have to. I'll copyright anybody that calls himself level-headed.
You caught me out the other day.
Copyrighting everyone.
I love you, Rashid, man. That's funny.
I saw it in the chat.
You saw that?
Big up, Rashid, man. Big up,
Rashid.
Big up,
Every one
Rashid.
of them. But big up, man. I'm out, people.
Level-headed Gooner. Big up, bruv.
Level-headed. Take care, bro.
Nah, brilliant.
LA.
Yeah, make sure you sub to Rashid. Big up, Rashid.
He's a boy, isn't he, man? And do you know what? Just quickly before you move on, I've met Rashid once or twice in person. I think once, whatever. He's a lovely geezer.
Absolutely. We're all lovely geezers, man. We're all lovely geezers, and Rashid Rashid is in with them as well. I mean, look, Uncle Lexus, I would actually love to come on and push back on some of the narratives being run here. There is too much nitpicking on irrelevant details to prove yourselves right. We're not proving ourselves right. I don't give a monkeys if I'm right or wrong. I'm at the age where I don't give a monkeys whether I'm right or wrong. I've also been home and away for 50 odd years with this football club, so I know what's right. I know what's wrong. I'm not nitpicking. We're just talking football. It's a football channel. Don't you understand? It's a football channel, and we're just talking about football. We're talking about substitutions. We're talking about injuries. And if you look in my title, it says North London Derby, players' performances. And we're just talking about players' performances, my friend. In my opinion, Trossard had a better performance than Saka. In my opinion, Zubimendi is weak in defensive midfield. I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's just not that strong defensive midfield player that I like.
Yeah, that's fair.
Uncle Lexus, you might think different. You might think the sun shines out of his backside. I don't. So that's all it is. I don't understand what your problem is. And the chat, sorry, Norms, but the chat in there understands where I'm coming from. I'm a football fan and we're talking football. Go on,
just quickly, I'm just going again. We're not picking you, Uncle Lexus, but obviously we're just trying to understand. Whilst watching that game, right, at the point when Arsenal were winning 3-0 and Zubimendi makes that mistake, did you say, or whatever? You must have thought, come on. Now, that's a negative reaction because you don't want that to happen. So you must have had a negative reaction at that point. All we're just saying is that off the ball, I've watched you. We did it, DJ B, me, you, Matty. We sat down, we watched Zubimendi, how he plays when he hasn't got the ball. Today he had the ball. He decided to do something silly. Yeah, all he had to do. Yeah, you're not playing in La Liga. You're playing in the Premier League. The game is quick. Listen, I was watching my son yesterday playing football. Funny enough, he lost by the same scoreline today, by the way. Right, but the interesting thing was, I was watching him. I was watching the way he plays out ball. He reminds me of Saliba. I'm not saying that he's good at Saliba, but he'll pick the ball up and I think he's a number 6. I keep telling my son, I think you're a number 6. That's where you should play because you can progress the ball and you keep it simple. You don't hang on to it long. You lay it off, bang, gone. And that's all Zubimendi needs to do. So I am going to say, Zubimendi, what you did there was silly and foolish because at the end of the day, you put the team under pressure. You're 54 minutes into the game. A better side could have ramped up the pressure. We sit back and we end up drawing that game. Then what we're going to have to say. So we will say what's good about the game. We will say what's bad. Majority of it was good. But you've got to look at the little things to say, listen, whilst you're there, take him off. Look what Pep did with Ireland the other day. He was on a hat-trick. And he said, come on, we need to rest you. And fantastic.
Yeah.
Listen.
No, facts, man. Facts. No, listen, it was a brilliant performance. We've had a great day today and the players performed brilliantly. Some players performed better than others, but that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
As I said, I think in Cape, he didn't have to do a lot. He weren't really tested. What he done well. I think there's bigger tests for him to come in Cape. We didn't really see in Cape tested today, did we, Aaron? Really?
No,
he wasn't really tested.
Look, he'll have bigger tests, but the thing is, when you're going to come in, and obviously it's a high-profile injury, isn't it, the Gabriel Magalhaes? Whether you're tested or not, don't do something silly. Don't put a target on your back. Don't give people something to go, wow, look, yeah, Gabriel's out for one game. Someone's came in and...
Yeah.
Of course he's going to get bigger tests. Obviously, we hope Gabriel isn't out for 8 weeks or 10 weeks. Hopefully it's as short as possible. But just come in and do your thing. You know?
Yeah.
Don't make any silly mistakes. He will definitely have sterner tests.
That's what he done, didn't he?
He will have sterner tests in the next 7 days, presuming that he starts against Bayern and Chelsea. He will have sterner tests. However, you can only do and play or whatever that's in front of you. And today he came in and, yeah, I mean, as I said, he didn't have much to do. But it's all about when you don't have much to do, don't put a foot wrong then.
Yeah.
Unlike David Raya, didn't have much to do today.
Yeah.
And the only thing you had to do was El Lobo, and then he was throwing the ball to someone else.
I was going to say, thank you very much. There was 2 things. Throwing the ball for you. What on earth are you doing? Focus, brother. Yeah.
The 2 things he done. They're the only 2 things, And we're not lambasting him. We're not lambasting David Raya. He's been unbelievable for Arsenal. He's been fantastic. I like David Raya. All we're doing is just pointing out what he done in the game.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that. Exactly. And it wasn't good enough. But yeah.
Says the Tottenham's put to bed. I think Liverpool's season. Listen, I know I can't. You know, you can't ever write off Liverpool with all the players they've got. That they're capable of putting a run together. I can't see it. So for now, I'm just not going to focus on Liverpool for now. Let's focus on the top 3. There it is there, guys. I mean, that's the importance of that win today. Look, 29, 23, 22, 7 in front of Man City, which is huge going into December. Make sure, guys, that we're subbing to all these legends here. Norski TV, Aaron Talks Arsenal, and please smash a like on this. It will help the channel. Thank you very much indeed. Just put a smash a like on it. And if you haven't subbed, have a little sub. It's free. You haven't got to follow any of us, but put a little sub on the channel and absolutely brilliant, guys. But look, there's the points there. Now, the next game, obviously after Bayern Munich, is the Chelsea game, guys. Now, Chelsea's form of late. People are sort of saying, oh, Chelsea are not that good, blah, blah, blah. The fact is the table don't lie. And Chelsea are up there for a reason. That game away at Stamford Bridge, which we haven't really pulled up any trees in recent years, that is a massive game, isn't it? Look what that would do to Chelsea if they beat us. Anyone just come in and just what you're saying on it?
Yeah, I mean, look, you see the thing with Chelsea, you don't know what sort of Chelsea you're going to get. They've got a lot of young players and that. So I think the narrative is this, that what people are saying is that maybe, look, they will be there or thereabouts, but at some point they will drop off and it'll probably be the race between Arsenal and Man City. But what we need to go and do is do our job and go and beat them, okay? Because last season, we went there, we scored first, ended up Pedro, I think Neto got the equaliser, we ended up getting a draw there. I think we can go there and win. It's going to be a very tough. It's going to be a much tougher test than what we had today.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Look, I don't know what players are going to be back for that game. Moreno up front. You see, with Chelsea, yeah, they play obviously with their wingers and they like to get the ball down and across to their strikers and that. So yeah, they've got a lot of players that they're gonna run at you and stuff like that. And look, you only got to look at their goals for us. 23 goals they've scored, so they're not shy about scoring goals. Listen, they're a result away to Burnley, resting Caicedo.
They've only lost three. They've only lost three games.
Yeah, they've only lost 3 games. Resting Caicedo, taking off Reece James. So, you know, I mean, listen, I know they got a game against Barcelona this week. So, how they're going to rotate their side, we'll have to see.
Point.
But we just need to go there and win. And don't go there, you know, not to lose. Go there, lay your marker down, and go and try and win that game. It's going to be tough. I don't want to commit myself to say what the score is going to be at the moment. I think as the week goes through, we see how the old Bayern Munich game goes and stuff like that. Because even though we go into that Bayern Munich game, I don't want us to go into that Bayern Munich game and say, oh, listen, we can afford a draw or a loss because, you know, it's not going to really affect us that much. But I think we need to go in that Bayern Munich game. I think if we're in that Bayern Munich game, you know, our tails will be up going into this Chelsea game. And I do really think if we win that game, can we believe? That's the question. Do we start to believe? It's still early days, but mate, you know, it means then you're 9 points clear of Chelsea. Obviously, Man City, we're 7 points clear of them at the moment, and we just got to focus. And it's really down to Mikel Arteta, guys. At the end of the day, he has to make sure that he rotates his side.
Well, this is it.
Because if he doesn't, he gets it wrong. And we could tell with injuries, you know what I mean, we're back to square one. So he, at this point in time, you were 12 games in, we've still got a long way to go. He's got to make sure that, you know, just take each game as it's on. Don't be looking down the road. Just take every game.
That's what I'm doing at the moment.
And that's what he did. And that's the way we've got to look at it.
Yeah. Let's just bring in the legend, Suge. Sorry, Suge. Listen, what an absolute legend. Big up DJB, Rachid Arsenal, Adam in the chat. Hit the likes and subscribe. Rare, I agree with Adam around subs. I expect Eze to be taken off after the second. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad he wasn't because he got his hat-trick and it's pleasing. And he's only the 4th ever Arsenal player to score a hat-trick against Spurs. The last player was Alan Sunderland. But big up the Suge. I hope you're still in the chat, my friend. Go on, my friend.
Just quickly, just thought I'd say big up to Mrs. Suge. The real one of the two, the significantly better half. Big up to Mrs. Suge and Suge as well, but big up to the significant better half, Mrs. Suge.
Oh, well, what can I say? Big up the Suge, man. Absolute supporter of all our channels. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Like most of you are in the chat, thank you very much once again. It is appreciated. Absolutely appreciated. And yeah, massive. But no, Norski, you're right. It is winnable. I agree with what you got to say. This is why we was frustrated that he didn't make subs earlier, knowing that how important this game is.
Yeah.
If he'd have just made those subs earlier, just to protect those key players that we need. But Aaron, are you confident going into the Chelsea games? It's massive, isn't it? I mean, look at that points table there.
Yeah, listen, man. So I sort of said this to you and Potsy earlier, and I might have even sort of said it in this show anyway, but I'll say it again now because it's double relevant again. If we'd have fallen over the line today, buzzing, we're all good. We've done the job. That's number one, getting 3 points. That will always be number one. Doesn't matter about anything else. Get the win, and we did that today. But I said if we was to scrape over the line and get a stinky 1-0 win, Chelsea would look at us at the bridge and be like, do you know what? We can do these lot. We can do these lot.
Yeah.
But if you put Tottenham to the sword today, you play well, you score a lot of goals, you rip them apart, just like what we did. Chelsea look at that game now at Stamford Bridge and go, fuck's sake. There wouldn't be a team, and I'll include Tottenham fans with this. Chelsea were more devastated about that result today than the Tottenham fans were. I'm telling you that. I promise you this: the Chelsea fans were praying minimum that Arsenal perform crap, maximum that we lose, of course, because they know then that if they was to win, they get into it.
It has sent a shock.
Absolutely,
but I'm sorry that, and the same goes for us. So let me say it from our perspective now. If I was to have fallen over the line today with the Tottenham game, I'd have gone buzzing. And then you look at the Tottenham games, the Chelsea game next week and go, yeah, they're pulling a good little bit of a form together. They can be good on their day. We got to perform better than that. I'm not saying now I'm going into that game thinking we're going to beat them 4-1 as well. But I am definitely 100% going into that game next Sunday now with more confidence. So I've just watched that and gone, yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, let's go to Stamford Bridge. Let's see what we've got because I've just seen that. Winning, regardless, breeds confidence. Winning in style absolutely breeds confidence. And I'm not saying, again, we're never going to get carried away this side of the fence, but we can be measured in the way we get a little bit confident. So I'm measured today thinking, you know what? This is a fantastic win. I've factored in all the variables, and I'm not saying we're going to smash Chelsea to bits, but I am saying I'm a lot more confident after a 4-1 victory against Spurs than I would have been with a 2-1 shitty win. I think that's fair enough to say. I would think Chelsea are a little bit worried now after seeing that, and they might turn up, and we might not, and they might blow us away. But do you know what? After seeing that, vice versa. Why not? It's a real big game, and do you know what? As well for us, it's a chance to just put them out the league because the Chelsea fans that I've seen, and when I go on the terrace and things like that, they always give it the Barry. The new Chelsea fans, not the old school ones, they always get what I'm saying, but the new ones give it the Barry. If I would have seen something different from Chelsea over the last couple of years, I'd have thought, do you know what, maybe they could go and win the league. But do you remember, everyone, world-class chat, DJB, Normski, Chelsea were doing well this time last season as well, and they absolutely capitulated. So I'll keep the same consistency I use for my club for Chelsea. I've seen them do really well up until a certain point, and then they not only faded away, they fell off into oblivion. So, I need to see a little bit more. If Chelsea was to beat us, you're looking at that and going, well, maybe they could be players. I need to see a lot more, but maybe they could be players. But I feel like if we go up there and turn up and we win, it's curtains for them. That's that.
And they can be got at as well, Aaron. They can be got at. Yep. That's the thing about Chelsea. They can be got at. You've got to remember, there's some teams, Sunderland beat them at their ground.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
we've got to turn up with the right attitude, didn't we, Norman?
Right attitude.
Yeah. 100%. And the right attitude is what we turned up with today. I know we've already mentioned it. One of the boys sort of said, we had an opportunity where Eze, it might have been Rachid, flicked it over and we should have been 1-0 up after 2 minutes.
Yes.
That said to me, we're up for it. Cool. We're up for it. We're ready for this. If we would have just played passy football, U-shape and that, would have been, oh, here we go again. We looked up for it from the early doors, and that's what we need to be doing at Chelsea. You get 2 wins out of these games, trust me, let's just even go for a Manchester City perspective and not Chelsea's, because I don't expect Chelsea to be there on game 38. So let's just stick with the Manchester City title rival narrative, right? They would have been looking at our fixtures, Manchester City. Let's mark this down as an absolute fact. Man City fans would have been looking all the way until Christmas before the Newcastle game and going, all right, we get past this Newcastle game. We've got a nice little run of fixtures here. But look at Arsenal's fixtures. They play Tottenham at home. They play Chelsea away. They play Villa twice. They've got Everton's away. Manchester City fans would have looking at them thinking, we're going to catch them in January. And do you know what they might do? But they were looking at that side. They'd be devastated as well about this. And if we can keep pace with them, even get the same amount of points Manchester City did over this up until about January, we'll be in a fantastic place. We'll be in a fantastic place. If we better it, cool, maybe we'll be in heaven. No league's going to be won in January, but I'll tell you what, I'd rather be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points ahead than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or a couple behind. I can promise you that, and so will all this chat.
Yeah.
As they say, the famous words, it's all in our hands. That's the famous words.
Yeah, I was just going to say that win now, really, with the squad with the squad we've built and for how long this manager's been at the club, we shouldn't really throw it away, even at this early stage. I'm sorry. You're 7 points clear of 6 points. 6 points clear of Chelsea. You know, you're clear of Man City. You're way clear of Liverpool. All right, Aston Villa have put a little run together. We've got them twice in December. That's not going to be easy. No game's easy in the Premier League. But I think now it's a case of us losing it rather than winning it. So the pressure's on. We've got to keep it going. We've been here before, 7, 8 points clear, haven't we? So we've got to keep our feet on the ground. But looking at these Chelsea results, look, 2-1 at home against Liverpool. They beat Forest away 3-0. They smashed Ajax 5-1. All right, they slipped up against Sunderland. That was a last-minute goal, but they still slipped up at home. Chelsea, and then they go and beat Wolves 4-3 away. So, you know, they've put some impressive results together, Chelsea, haven't they? So it's not going to be easy, is it? Do you reckon Gorkarez will be fit for that? Would you put him in, or would you stick with a team that beat Spurs today? Norms, what would you do? Would you stick with the same squad, or if Gorkarez is back fit, would you put Gorkarez in now? I mean, it's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it is tough. I'm my heart is saying Gorkarez, you know, but I think we have to be smart. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because I think Gorkarez, obviously a totally different player to.
It's a headache for the manager, Norms.
It is. That is the thing. That is the thing, and that's why I'm saying it's important now. This manager now goes about how he selects his selection. It's a good. What's the saying?
Problem to have.
Problem to have.
Yeah.
But he needs to solve it. you know what I mean? He's got to make sure he solves it. But look, as I say, Chelsea can be got. Their results at home. They've had a couple of dodgy results at home, but they're up there. They're still right up there. Do you know what I mean? So they can be got at. As I say, if we have a good game against Bayern Munich, then we're going to that game with our tails up. Let's go there. And the mindset to go into that game, knowing that we beat them, we're 9 points clear of them.
No,
and what you said, Dave JB, as long as we can match their scores, or you, Aaron, as long as we can match their scores until we get to January, and then if we're 8-10 points, you're going to start to say, okay, it's still not over, but okay, right, okay,
It's a big couple of games. Look, we know now this game is obviously turned in a massive fucking favour of us. It's 4-1, absolutely buzzing. We've got to keep it going now. And do you know what I want to see from us? One, I've challenged us to stop dropping points in clusters. We dropped points against Sunderland, and we put the Sunderland game to bed now. That's forgotten about, because we stampled all over Tottenham so convincingly. We can forget about the Sunderland result for now. What also adds to sort of like their forgetting of that is going on another run. And, it might only be another 5 or 6 game. I'd love it to be a little bit more, but go on another little run now. We had a 5 or 6 game winning sort of streak in the Premier League before the Sunderland game. We're still technically unbeaten in this little run. So what I'm saying is, if you go on another little 5 game winning run, or another 4 from now, all of a sudden you look back and go, Arsenal's won 10 and drew 1. We need to go on that little run again. I'd love to go on a 15 game run, a 10 game run, or whatever run. But if you can win your next 5 somehow, or whatever, or even just draw and win 4. When you look at that whole
Wednesday, would you take a draw on Wednesday? Someone in the chat said, "Would a draw on Wednesday?"
Yeah, I'll take a draw Wednesday, and all the players not being any players not being injured. Yeah, I would. Absolutely, come out with a clean bill of health, and a draw is what it is. If you was to ask me Bayern Munich and it was a knockout game, if it was a quarter final, no, I don't want the bloody draw. I absolutely don't want the draw. I want us to beat Bayern Munich at home in the knockout phases, absolutely. But we've got some credit in the bank. The draw ain't the worst result for us. A draw against Chelsea's a shit result.
I was going to say the draw. Would you take it? Sorry, would you take a? You take a draw against Wednesday, but would you take a draw against Chelsea?
No, not after that, especially. No, not after that. Now I've seen that. Now I can see what this team can do. When you sort of add in, like I said, the fact that we're on a decent little run, bar that Sunderland sort of thing, you know, we're still unbeaten now, and you've got the win back again. We've bounced back. We've got an opportunity to just crush Chelsea's title dreams. What more motivation do you want? You're going away to a club that's on a big bit of form. You could just put them out the race, because there's Chelsea fans going, "Oh, if we beat Arsenal, we're banging the race," and maybe they're right. We've got an opportunity to put them out the race and shut the fans up, and we should be doing that. And I expect us to be going and doing that. You know, we've got a few injuries, you know, but we should be going there with the squad that we've got, fully confident of that. They're a roller coaster of a team. They're up, they're down. You know, they're Katy Perry. Yes and they're no. They're in and they're out. Do you know what I mean? They're black and they're white. You know what I mean? They're wrong and they're right. Come on, man. You don't know what we're going to get from them. Like a box of chocolates, isn't they?
It's just the team selection now, isn't it? Because what do you do? Do you put Gyökeres in against Chelsea and leave Marino out? Because he ain't done nothing
But
wrong.
is he fit, though? When Gyökeres fit?
That's it. We don't know.
Let's say he's back. I mean, do you put him in? I mean, come on, man. It's a good problem to have, isn't it? Does Odegaard come in? Does Odegaard come back? Does Gyökeres come back? What we doing? I mean,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, he's Martinelli and what's the name? Have come back, Madueke. So you know, Madueke had a few minutes in his legs today.
Yeah.
So you know what it is we don't know if they've had any sort of behind, you know, closed door games or what, you know what I mean, just to get them going. I mean, methinks they haven't, you know, but it would have been nice to say, well, listen, you guys have been away for a long time. Go and, you know, train or play some, you know, with the under-21s or the academy just to get the minutes in your legs and get match fit. I think that's the key thing. We need these players to come back match fit. So if it means that they're going to play, this is playing academy and going in and playing the Premier League is two totally different things. But the most important thing for me is about getting the minutes in their legs. So, you know, you can't just say, okay, training and then, right, we've got this big match. To go and put the likes of Madueke and Martinelli, who just come back from a long in a match like this, you can't. You've got to have players that have been playing week in, week out, and that. Yes, we had to go. We had no choice to go with Marino.
I'd play the same. I'd play the same.
I think we would have. Yeah, I think we would have to, and then introduce. If it's not working and Gyökeres is on the bench, then you drop him.
Give him some minutes. You know what I mean? Or and the other way around as well, Norms. If it's massively working and we're 2-3 up or whatever, bring him on again. Yeah. You know, these are the times you need to get the legs in. Exactly right, Norms. Right, You can sort of semi-understand sometimes, like if an important game's extremely tight and you don't know how you're going, you can understand and appreciate, you know, the hesitance. So you sort of say to make drastic subs. So I can appreciate it sometimes, but we're not even complaining about that a lot of the time for Mikel Arteta substitutions. We're banging the drum for real basic ones. Yeah. You know, basic ones like being 3-0 up, 4-1 up. Why are we leaving? Why are we not making another sub for 10 minutes? What's the point? Yeah. You know, it's a real basic sub. So, you know, keeping the squad fresh, it's a real big sort of thing for Mikel Arteta.
Frustrating for me today was that he kept key players on just that too long when the game was won. He done it against Prague when it was comfortable. Spurs again today. I'm going, bring Rice off, bring Timber off. Because all I had in my mind, when we was 3-0 up, I don't know about you, but when we were 3-0 up, all I had in my head was Chelsea.
Yep. Mate,
the only game I was thinking of was Chelsea. I wasn't thinking of scoring more goals against Spurs. I'm thinking, right, move on to the next one. And then I'm thinking, take Rice off, take Timber off, get Saka off, get Saliba off. I'm thinking any more injuries and that game again. If you haven't got Rice fit and you've got Timber unfit going into Chelsea, suddenly that is a whole different fixture. Big up, Sue. Sue says 7 Premier League games left calendar year. If we can get the same points as City, I'll start to believe. Yeah, facts, Suge. Absolutely.
Check Suge out agreeing with me on what I'm saying. What's going on, Suge?
What's going on? What's going on? It must be an happy day because if Suge is agreeing with you.
I know, Jesus Christ. What's going on? I'm getting a little bit worried now, though, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? I'm a little bit unsettled when Suge has been nice.
Can we all just wish, who's an absolute legend to all the channels as well, Kawaja, happy birthday, my friend.
Happy birthday, mate.
Ah, 12. Yeah, of course it is. Big up,
Happy
brother.
birthday, Kay. 19, you know.
Good lad.
Incapié seemed to have an injury coming off. Right, I didn't see that. I don't know whether you
No,
saw
I
it.
didn't.
They said that apparently he was limping. That's what I heard, but hopefully it's
Okay,
nothing
Norm.
too serious.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all
I
we
don't think.
need.
I think it was. Yeah, he came on. Mascara came on for him, but yeah, you know, he was starting to wane a little bit towards the end. So hopefully he's just a little
Yeah.
bit.
Perhaps that's
He
why
ain't had a lot of minutes, to be fair, has he?
No, he
Norms? You
hasn't.
know,
No,
he's
he
had his
hasn't.
little injury, obviously. You know, I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
that's
what-
sort of
yeah,
stunted
yeah.
it.
He's
And
not match fit.
yeah,
That's the thing.
Perhaps
Yeah, that
that's
could
why
just
he
be
brought
that.
the square on and kept Saliba on them, because perhaps he must
Maybe.
have brought Nketiah. Yeah, Nketiah's a little bit. Yeah, he's had an injury and stuff.
Mm.
But I mean, Norgard was on the bench today, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Yes.
So
Yeah.
again, he could have come on for Rice, couldn't he? Do you know what I mean? I just don't.
Mm.
I just don't get it, people. I don't get it.
I think it's just down to trust, you know, though, guys. I think that's what it is.
Well, that
You've
was
gotta
going to
trust
be
your
the next
pe-
question before
You've got
we
to
sort
trust
of
your
like,
players, man. Yeah.
my next question before we fade like a Spurs defence. Yeah, my next question is: do you think that when do you actually start believing? Because I've said I don't really look at the league table until February, right? Listen, I'm over the moon where we are at the moment. Will it be after the Chelsea game if we get 3 points? I mean, Aaron said today Liverpool are dead and buried, and I like to think they are. They're probably just chasing
Yeah.
fourth now.
Sorry, Miss Norms, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't a happy bunny today.
Yeah.
No.
I said that if we're in this position come end of January, then I'll start believing. What about you guys? Or are you there already?
No, I'm not there already. It's too early.
Yeah.
Still too early, man. I'm enjoying the moment, but things can change just like that. Think about it, guys, right? On Saturday, when Liverpool had a chance to sort of turn their season around with a home game against Nottingham Forest, yeah, you're thinking, the way Nottingham Forest have been playing, you know, who would have believed 3-0, yeah, 3-0 to Nottingham Forest. Sean Dyche.
I never saw it, mate.
Yeah,
I had in my predictor league 3-0. I had Liverpool as my joker 3-0 at home.
Right.
So, you ended up being the joker there, didn't it, man?
I ended up proper joker. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So things can change like that. You know what I mean? It takes a couple of draws and whatever. So I think it's just a little bit too early to be saying, yeah. I think let's leave it till January, February. And if we're 7, 8, 9, 10 points, I'd like to probably see 10 points. Then I'll be saying, okay, I'm going to start to believe. Because it's only Arsenal that can lose it for themselves, or Arteta can lose it for Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? So
I think, do you know what, mate? If we were looking at Liverpool's and Man City's in this same scenario, we'd be going done. Finished. But because the only reason we'd be saying that, not because we hate our own club and we suck off all the other ones, it's because they've done it many a time. That's all it is. That's all I go on. You go, yeah, you know what? Man City probably will go and win it. Why'd you say that, Aaron? Because they won the last 4. You know the 4 trophies they won in a row. There's 6 or 7 or in total for Guardiola. You know, that's where we take it from. But I'm not there yet. I'd love to be. Sometimes I get a little bit thingy like the old Top Gooners. They're just so happy and things like that. You know, sometimes I'm sitting there and think, you know what? It wouldn't be sometimes it would be quite nice to be a little bit giddy, but then I've been hurt so many bloody times. You know, nah, I'm not gonna, man. I'm gonna keep my feet on the ground. And my feet on the ground. These guys on the other side of the fence, they seem to think that we're miserable now. That's what they do. They seem to think like
they're so negative. We're positively cautious. That's what it is. That's what I like to call it.
Like, put my fist through the door. Do you know what I mean? Like I've said to the missus, me and the missus has had an argument. I've shouted at the kids. The fist is through the door. I've put my boot through the telly. Hustle 141 for fuck's sake. Right, that's it.
Yeah. I don't know about you, Aaron. Right? It's like when you've had a car and you've had it repaired a couple of times.
Yeah.
And you know it's good to go and you know it's fine, but you're going on that long holiday, you've packed it to the Evans. you know it's going to get you there, but in the back of your mind, you're thinking, "Oh, is it going to
God.
break down?
Yeah.
Should I have bought a new one? Should I have bought a
Yeah.
new one?" And when you
It's
arrive,
failed
it's
its
all happy, isn't
MOT
it?
4 years in a row, so you're a little
Yeah.
bit worried, isn't it? Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you
Yeah.
failed your MOT 4 years in
Yeah.
a row. You're a little bit cautious about the car making that
Course.
journey. Well, that's how we feel about Arteta. He's that
Yeah.
kind of car that's failed the MOT for 4 years or 6 years. We're
Yeah.
just a little bit, you know, we're just a little bit worried.
Aaron, you know, you said you want to be in that sort of happy place. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you said, I want to be in that happy place. I don't know
I'd
if
love to.
everybody in the chat, you've probably seen it. You've probably seen it, Aaron. Has everybody seen that film, The Quiet Place? And see
Yeah.
that where if you make any noise, yeah, the monsters will get you. Yeah.
Oh, right. I'm not, I've not seen it.
I know where you're going
Don't
with
be
this.
in that happy place because they will get you.
Oh, right. Yeah, let's
I know where you're going.
we're cautious. But
I'm going to stay with you, boys. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Who's the match today,
You
people?
know what I'm saying here? They're all so giddy, and I sit there and I think to myself, do you know what? I bet you sometimes it is sometimes all right to be so happy, and then I think, nah, you're a fucking idiot. Yeah. You're all bloody idiots, man. Yeah. You probably just wake up. Oh, it's raining outside again. Oh, that's brilliant. That is. Yeah. Well, it's not, is it? You're gonna get wet, but water's great. Oh, whatever.
Tatty Ginger's in the chat. Big up, my friend. Hope you're well. Make sure you put a sub and a smash a like. Evening, lads. Saw you was at the game, Aaron. Did you see the Twat PD?
Positive. Oh, gritty. No, I didn't. To be fair, I mean, you'd like to hope that his lust for wanting to have a fight with me is blown over, because I mean, if he's still angry and wants to fight about it, I mean, that's fucking grow up. But I don't know if he still does or whatever. We'll have to wait and see, I suppose. You know what I mean? But
he's all right. He's happy days now. He's just he's got his posters out now. Of
he just caught me on that day where I was responding to some naughty things he was doing in chats, talking about or agreeing or things with regards to my family, etc. You know what I mean? There's a couple of little underlining stuff that Dan doesn't tell you. A lot of it got to me. A lot of it annoyed me. Some of the stuff in the treatment he's saying about my boys, DJB's ashamed and all of that. The disrespect and that's don't deserve the badge and all of that. As well as, you know, we've had our own little tiffs on the show. You know what I mean? I just thought, you know what? Yeah. I thought I'd go on a little wind up. Yeah, it's what it is. But, you know, I didn't go on a wind up for intention of a fight. You know what I mean? If he'd have called me a see you next Tuesday, I'd have laughed in his face. Do you know what I mean? Because, I mean, what we doing here? Do you know how many times I've been called to see you next Tuesday? If I had a fight every time of that, I'd have no teeth left. Do you know what I mean? Look, what we doing here? Let's just grow up and let's just do our own thing. We've got difference of opinions in it, and hopefully he sees it that way as well, man.
Exactly.
So yeah, big up.
Apart from Eze, who was the panel's man of the match today? Trossard, Rice were up there for me. Big up, what's up? Do you know what? Well, go on. Who was your man of the match today, Norms? Apart from Eze.
I mean, listen, all this trio here were fantastic. If I was going to do it in order, I'd go Eze, obviously, because just getting that trick, and his work rate today was phenomenal. That's the Eze I want to see. That Crystal Palace Eze, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'll probably put Trossard second, just because, you know, when he got that ball, he was always driving, doing it. You know what I mean? He gets the first goal, fantastic. Makes that lovely diagonal run. Moreno sees him, bang, over the top, twist in the back. And listen, for a guy who we wanted gone in the summer, same with Martinelli, he's proper turned his season around. So listen, he's doing the business. He's keeping that left side and then Declan Rice. Well, listen, we know Declan Rice most games gives you a 7, 8 out of 10.
Brilliant again.
You know what I mean? We're brilliant again today. Do you know what I'm going to say? But I just think. I just think because of the Trossard opening up the scoring, because up until that 30 odd minute, I'm not saying that we was in control of the game. I just felt that Tottenham came to frustrate us, and I thought 30
it was
plus
working.
minutes. Yeah, it was working. I was thinking that 30 plus minutes, is this going to be one of those either low scoring games, or is it going to pan out to be a stinky North London draw, you know, with all the big build up to it and all of that. So for Moreno to see that run from Trossard, and then for Trossard to do what he did, you know, fantastic. So yeah, and then Eze for me, definitely the main man of the match.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, no, I mean, Eze was unplayable today. Really, it weren't just his 3 goals; it was just his link-up play.
It's just his link. He's free to do what he wants. I mean, I
people
don't know. Do we
Free
commend
to
Arteta?
do what I want. Any old
Wasn't it nice to actually see a number 10 play with a bit of freedom, sort of continue settings, you know?
Question, guys, is that
and
was that
that's all
Arteta?
we've
Was that
ever
Arteta?
wanted.
Do you think Arteta decided to do that with that double pivot and allowing him to do that? And then, because there was one time they interviewed Arteta some time back, and he sort of said, like, I want to see Eze have the freedom that he has in the part. But obviously, the last few games we haven't seen that, because Eze in the Arteta system is very, very restricted. And then even when I can't remember, I think it was against Olympiacos when he was shouting him and breaking at him to hug the touchline and stuff like that. But today he had the freedom of the park. Yeah. And he does his.
You know my opinion on Eze? I'm going to give you my opinion on Eze, right? These are the factors. Number one, Arsenal is his childhood
club
team. So he's grown up knowing the importance of the North London derby.
Yeah.
Never played in one because he's always played for Palace, which ain't the same derby playing against Spurs, right? So that was his first North London derby. Now, if that doesn't give you the kind of wanting to do well, I don't know what's going to be. Number 3, this is just my opinion. He knew that Spurs were heavily in for him and he wanted a sign for Spurs, and he took a lot of stick off the Spurs fans. You got to remember, Spurs fans were he was getting loads of stick from Spurs fans because he didn't sign for them, he signed for us. So that's another reason why he wanted to do the business today. So, and 4, obviously, he knew the importance of winning that game for Arsenal fans. So I think all those factors, what I've mentioned, I think that's the reason why you saw a different Eze today. Because of the link with the Spurs, because he turned his back on them, and a bit like, the old Sol Campbell thing, he got a lot of stick from Spurs fans. Childhood club, the importance of the North London derby, all that mixed in, and
he got it. He got it. But
wouldn't it great to actually see someone? And this is all we've wanted. This is what I ever wanted from Odegaard. Just play with freedom. Wasn't it nice to see him, Aaron, a number 10 play with freedom today?
Yeah, we've been aching out for it, haven't we? That's all we've wanted for ages, and then yet. It almost brings me back to the frustration of the City game, the Liverpool game, where we had that midfield so constrained and devoid of any sort of attacking or, what was it, Marino, Declan Rice, and thinking Zubimendi. Now, people might only say, that's only one difference. Mate, having an Eze playing like that and having a Mikel Marino in midfield is a hell of a difference. Let me just tell you that. The intent, the creativity, everything goes up tenfold. So, again, it's brilliant to see today. Real good stuff. And it also just leads me back to the frustration of why not more? Why can we not see this more? And I hope today, hopefully, sparks something in that, And do you know what? I even hate that word, hopefully, because it means that we're not in control of it. Yeah. Or we don't expect it.
Because you don't know what Arteta's going to do. You don't know what he's going to do. Yeah. And 4 open play goals. 4 open play goals today. 4.
Fair dues.
No set pieces. We was worried. Gabriel's not in there, so we're going to miss out on that. 4 open play goals. And I'm not saying because Gabriel was out there, all of a sudden we changed our style or whatever. It was great to see 4, and it could have been more, guys. It could have been more. You know what I mean?
It could have been 6 or 7 today, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Really could have been.
They pulled off a couple of good saves. Rich Moneymakers, big up, my friend. Any fans welcome in my channel, in Normski's channel. I know Aaron always welcomes fans from different clubs in his channel, so make sure you're subbing to the absolute legends on this show. And big up to every single one of you in the chat. Please smash a like on your way out or on your way in, and make sure you're subbing to each and every one of us. It does help. Big up the legend. As a Chelsea fan, I'm concerned about you. Well, that's what we said. We put a little marker down today. I'd be concerned if I was a Chelsea fan. but we have played well. Absolutely. And we gave you credit where credit's due. Without Cole Palmer, Reece James, Kukurea, could stop your wingers, Fofana and Chabala centre-backs. We have good. Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a real tough game. And rightly so, you are where you are in the league for a reason. It is going to be a tough game. Absolutely. I just feel that if we're on it and we get ahead, I just feel that... I just feel we've got the advantage going into that game, but it's going to be difficult. Going to be really, really difficult. I think Eze and Odegaard can play in the team together. I'm not so sure where you're going to put Eze, Aaron, on that one, my friend. You know what I mean? Where if you get Odegaard in the team, drop Zubimendi,
hopefully, that's it.
Morning.
It's horses for courses, and this is again where I want the manager to earn his money. Horses for courses. What do I mean by that? No worries. Big up Paul Nash.
Big up Paul Nash, man.
There should be games, especially home games, where we're playing like Wolves. The teams at the bottom of the league who are absolutely struggling. We should be able to play a Declan Rice in a 6 and play Odegaard and Eze in that midfield. That game we should be able to do that.
Yeah.
There's no excuses for not being able to. So it's horses for courses. We now have the squad to do this. I also get it that, when we're playing a Chelsea away or a Villa at home, let's keep it at home. Now we go with Villa at home, where that's going to be a little bit more tricky. I can totally understand that maybe he'll want to drop one of them attacking players for that little bit more solidarity. So maybe it would be an Odegaard, Eze, Rice, or what I would prefer, an Odegaard, Zubimendi, Rice. What I would prefer is an Eze, what we see today in the midfield. It's going to be horses for courses. That's why you have a squad of different sort of styles of players, so you can change it up against different oppositions, because every single opposition, they all have a different thing. Some of them are similar, but you face different challenges every single week, by and large. And that's what we've got these different players in the midfield for. So there shouldn't be any set. Granted, I do understand the reason for having a set midfield. Who's your best players, play them. But you don't need to have 2 6s on in a lot of these games. You don't. We've got Brentford at home. Yeah, exactly. In this run, we've got Wolves at home, Brentford at home. I do not think that Arsenal need to have 2 number 6s in them games. They just don't. So if Odegaard is back, I would prefer to see an Odegaard, Eze, Declan Rice in them games. We don't need to be defensive against them teams. Exactly right. We should be able to
drop in that defensive midfield role.
Exactly right. We should be able to flex our muscles in these games. And like I said, when you play the Villas at home, I do understand and appreciate you probably want to keep it a little bit more tighter or whatever. Horses for courses. He's paid £15.6 million and he's got over £1 billion in terms of his squad value. And a lot of them players as well. Yet not in squad value. He's spent that on the squad. He should be able to figure that out by now. He's been here for 7 seasons. He should know this already. What more does he want? He's got a more than enough capable squad being able to rotate and win games. We're not saying rotate 11 players every single game. We're saying rotate the ones that are in a bit of the red that you actually have an adequate backup for. Let's just even say, for argument's sake, what's his name? Gabriel Magalhaes was still fit. Why can't you play, what's his name, Nkapie in them home games? Why can't you play him there? Why? And then people will go, oh, yeah, well, usually we don't rotate our centre-backs. Centre-backs from 20 years ago that you're all saying about, it weren't anywhere near as intense now as it was back then as it is now. The workload's different. The scheduling's different. There's different demands on you. Why can't you? If you're telling me we've got the best squad in the world and we're going for 4 trophies, why are we playing our starting 11 against Burnley at home or whatever? You can afford to take a Gabriel out and put a Nkapie in. And you can afford to take a Martinelli out and put Trossard in, or a Trossard out and a Martinelli in. You can afford to take Rice off 60 minutes. This is what squad rotation is all about. It's not difficult to understand. If I can understand it as a simple electrician, why can't a manager on 15.6 million get it? I just don't know. I don't know.
Man. Don't know, but you're right. We can experiment a little bit more in certain games and not play. And big up Matty in the chat as well. He said Zubamendi's got to tighten up. Big up the Southern Goon.
Big up Matty.
Big up Matty.
You've upset Suge. You've upset Suge. You needs to leave. I can't handle agreeing with Adam like this.
Well, Suge, drop a like, subscribe, piss off, and say hello to Queen Suge for me. Yeah. Big up Suge.
Come on, guys. Make sure you
never change.
Never change. To Rachid that was in earlier, Southern Gooner, anyone that you've seen in the chat that you know of has got a channel, make sure you're subbing to them. And also make sure you sub to Aaron Talks Arsenal, Normski TV. Let's get this man up to at least 1,000 subs. It is absolutely
well deserved.
Criminal. It's absolutely a Spurs nightmare.
Okay, guys, got a challenge for you guys. If you ate Tottenham, sub to Normski.
Come on, look, come on. There's all the channels there. Come on, people. Come on. Yeah, let's get it. It'll make his Christmas. He'll be dancing all
over. Yeah, mate. Oh, don't worry, mate. I'll be with the Christmas jumpers, mate.
The Christmas mingle,
mate. Can't wait for
that, honestly.
Love it.
Question, lads. Favourite meal to have after a win? Well, I'll be honest with you. I was starving when I got home, and I looked and there's nothing here, brother. There's nothing in. I've got to go and get some shopping, people. I'm on the bran flakes, Aaron.
You got the old brands out,
not the cornflakes, not the cornflakes.
Relegated to bran flakes. I was going to get a cheeky Chinese, but I thought, no, I can't. I've gone to have a bran. I thought I had some bread in, and it's been a disaster, mate.
Well, when I came onto the stream, yeah, and if you notice my camera was off.
Mendy losing the ball, honestly.
My camera was off for a long time, yeah. Because I was tucking away at some jerk chicken and
Normski, what are you doing to me, man? What, Mrs. Normski's jerk chicken? Did you have Mrs. Normski homemade?
No, actually, no. It was a pre-cooked one. Put in the old microwave. You know what I mean?
I've never cooked by
it, and it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. You know what I mean? So,
big up Terry the Tibbs. Terry the Tibbs is in. Big up, my friend.
And me, my post-match meal usually in a big win like this is a few cans of Stella.
There you go. He's on it, old Aaron. He was there. We had a little mingle today, me and Aaron, and
yeah. We met up a few hours before the game, didn't we? Had a nice cuddle at the station. We stayed with each other a couple of hours. Yeah.
We saw
respect always, man.
Potts, Kenny, Ken, we bumped into. They was all there, weren't they? They was all there. You guys,
we bumped into Kenny, and all that was. Aaron! I look around, there's just giant Kens bouncing over. I was like, hello, Ken.
Cuddles everyone, Kenny.
Hello, Ken. Oh, what a lovely bloke he is.
I agree with you, Kenny. I agree with you.
He's like, Aaron. I was like, oh, what have I done? He's like, go and give me a cuddle. I was like, oh, thank God.
Did he crash you to death?
Mate, honestly, he's got the ability to do it in art, mate. Like, probably ain't even trying, just growing like that.
God.
It's really nice to see you too, Ken, but you get a bit tight.
He was loving it, Kenny Ken, I'll tell you. And then I saw him at the Bergkamp statue after he come up to me and he went,
yeah, he's what a lovely guy he is, Kenny.
Oh, he must have been buzzing
real
for you
lovely
guys.
guy.
He must have been buzzing for you in that stadium, mate. Just to
I'll tell you what, I was just going to say about the atmosphere today. The atmosphere today, I've got to admit, was really good. Really good. I mean, all that before the fireworks before the game, the big mural with the big Sol Campbell.
Yeah, did you see that? That was brilliant.
Yeah, that was fantastic,
that
mate.
Sol Campbell was there. In whoever designed that, they must have said, right, whatever you do, make sure Sol Campbell is blown up.
Yeah, that 2-4 was wicked, man. Absolutely wicked, man.
Yeah.
Where was that at PSG when we had the old shower curtain? What was that all about?
Come on.
That shower curtain, man. Dear oh dear.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I've got to be honest. That was a disaster. I mean, we're Champions League as well. We've got the Carabao Cup coming up, which I think will be a tricky game with Palace. I don't think we're going to be. I don't think it'll be the same Palace that we saw in the league. As I hope, it's less case of the Spuds being that bad. I guess facts say we will have to find out. at the Drab Bridge soon. Anyway, still great showing up at Caneless. So unlucky. Yeah, exactly. Kane will be there on Wednesday. What a player. I'm sorry. I can't knock Harry Kane. I think he's an absolute exceptional player. Yeah, too early Premier League for us. League Cup or FA Cup, us laugh out loud. Any cup would do, guys. Any cup would do.
Yeah.
Preferably the Champions League for me. I don't know where the boys sit. I'd sooner the Champions League because once again, Spurs were saying about Europe, and I'm just sick and tired of away fans ramming it down our throats. So for me, I'd take Champions League over the Premiership. I don't know. What would you say, Aaron?
Yeah, look, it's funny because the real answer is both. But that weren't the question. That weren't the question.
You politician.
Obviously, apart from the obvious taking.
So so look, I was 15 the last time we won the Premier League, and it seems like a long time. I'm 36 now, and I do want the Premier League, but I've seen us win the Premier League. I wanna see us win the Champions League, the first one in this club's history. If we'd have already won one Champions League, I'd have said the Premier League because I'm desperate for that. But I think we do need this football club massively needs a Champions League title to its name. Yeah. We definitely desperately need that European pedigree because the European pedigree we have at the moment is borderline a joke for the club of our stature. So I'm Champions League all the way. I agree with Kenny when Kenny says he always wants a Premier League because his point of view is it's a harder trophy to win and you are the best by winning. I actually 100% agree with Kenny.
Yeah,
it is. It shows you are the better team. However, we haven't bloody won the Champions League, so I just want that, and I don't want them knobheads in that stadium like what you just said. Thinking champions of Europe. Does my head in that. Really, really, really does my head.
And for a club the size of Arsenal, Norms, our pedigree in Europe is pretty poor, let's be honest.
It's not good. It's not good, mate. So I have to absolutely agree as well. I've seen us win the Premier League. I've seen us go unbeaten. Yeah, win us that Champions League. I don't want to see another DJB out there crying his eyeballs out. Do you know what I mean? We've got to win that Champions League, and then who can? They can come at us. Everyone. All I know is that we'll have that star. Yeah, we'll have that star, mate.
It's not only that though. If you win, it's generational. I mean, I'm like in my late 50s.
Yeah,
I've even got uncles now that, God bless them, are no longer with me. That used to go in the 50s and the 60s and all that. They've never seen it. They've never seen it.
Yeah.
So it's like you're talking generations of like Arsenal fans, and do you know what I mean? Uncles, granddads. Everyone, aunts, you name it.
Yeah.
Most generations have seen Arsenal win like a league title, but never won a Champions League. That's why I want to win it so badly. And I understand the Premiership is what winning the league is what you do on a daily basis. In training, anyone can win a cup on a one-off. To win a league, you've got to be flawless for 38 games or whatever. But yeah, the Champions League, that's the one for me, man. I've got to be honest with you.
Yeah, we need that.
For me.
We need that.
100%.
Absolutely. We got to have that. We need that in that locker. We have to have that. We need that star. To even get bantered by the Nottingham Forests and things like that. Do you know what I mean? It's no good. It's no good.
When you think of the clubs that have won it over the years, I mean, big up Nottingham Forest. But come on. We've got to eat at that table. I mean, are we capable enough of winning the Champions League? Do you reckon this team's good enough? I mean, listen, Barcelona's and all of that, when it comes to the nitty gritty, are a lot different to Spurs today. Come on.
Yeah. Look,
sorry, Noms. I don't know if it's listen. Some people say, we've heard it before. We've got the squad to win the quadruple and all that rubbish. Let's be real. I think. At this moment in time, I think just because of where we are, I'm not saying I want to forfeit the Champions League. You know what I mean? We'll keep going, we'll keep going. But I think just where we are, that'd just be fantastic. And then maybe next season to follow it up with going and winning the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? But listen, bro, if we did the Champions League and the Premier League, brother, listen, London is finished. Yeah, they're all gonna migrate. All the London clubs will migrate because they don't want to see us. Because London, not North London, London will be totally red.
Can you imagine it? Can you imagine it? I can't imagine it. I can't even imagine getting home.
Oh my gosh!
Sunday
Can you
night.
imagine can you imagine a bus? Yeah, and you got the 2 trophies there, Premier League and the Champions League.
Wouldn't that be pretty?
Oh man.
But we'd all be at home. We wouldn't go and even watch it because that'd be the worst thing. Like, could you imagine seeing them parading with the Champions League in the Premier League? I'd be devastated.
We're not even fit to walk the parade. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We don't deserve to go. Do you know what I mean? That's it. But we'll be too miserable anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's them lot doing on the bus?
We'll be unhappy. We'll be doing a stream.
No, I'm gonna punch those wheels.
I've had 140 years of happiness not winning the Champions League. Why'd they go and fucking win it? Why did we go and win it, eh?
This is what they talk about. It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's ridiculous. Normski would get wading off out of that.
Dear.
I'm called the enforcer. What are you talking about, geez?
Yeah.
Wading.
We're just gonna be finished.
Honestly,
we're all gonna get waded.
Matty,
we're too scared to go.
Imagine it.
We're too scared to go. Why didn't you go, DJB, Aaron, Normski? Why didn't you go to the parade? I was petrified. I was scared.
Yeah,
I was gonna get weighed in.
I was petrified. Honestly,
I was shook.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Do you know what? Just quickly answering your thing, D. Can Arsenal win the Champions League? Yes. However, and this is a big however, there'll be too many, and this is why I don't think we're ready, or why I don't think we're the best team in Europe, or why I don't think we will win it. Because when I sit there and think, can Arsenal win it? Yes. I have to counter that with there's so many variables in my head, I think, that have to go, that are out of our control for us to win it. And I'll explain. I'm not saying Arsenal can win the Champions League because we're the best team in it and we should be. I'm sitting there thinking, well, we need a nice draw up until the quarterfinals. So who do we get? Maybe we're going to be drawn against one of the big teams. Are we going to get a nice referee decision? Are things going to go our way? Is their best player going to be injured? Are they going to miss a penalty? Are we just going to have one of them stormers of a day? You know what I mean? It's all the exterior factors that I'm sort of thinking. We're going to have a nice draw, a nice path. You know, it's sort of that makes me think, can you win it? Of course you can. Things can go your way. They absolutely can go your way. 100%. The stars can align, as they always say. But that doesn't give me confidence in belief in my team that we will win it because I'm relying on so many external factors. You know, I don't think Arsenal will win the Champions League because we will be better than every team that we face on our own merit. I think we'll have to have factors together, but I'll take it either way. Let's just get that absolutely right as well.
100%. 100%. It's going to be good. Make sure you are subbing to all the people in there, please. Their names are there. And big up to everyone. And please, if you don't do that, put a little like on the stream, guys, because it does help the channel. DJB, is the Farrett kebab van open for lunch? I don't know. I can't get out there now. I can't get out there. It probably was there Friday, but I know exactly the one you mean. Been there many a time, coming home from the Circus Tavern many times. Don't you worry about that, Nash. Massive. Droopy Zip the Ego are still saying we've won the Prem already, and the quadruple is coming. This is what I'm saying. And I always say, if you're going to say stupid things, then you've got to take the consequences. We're just realistic. We're just taking it game by game. We've beaten Spurs today, but then we could slip up against Chelsea next week and we're back to square one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You've got to take it game by game. You can't go looking ahead. Anything can happen. This is why me personally, the only thing that I was annoyed with today, apart from when Zubimendi gave the ball away, was the substitutions. I thought he was treading on thin ice, keeping Declan Rice on, because I was seeing Spurs flying the tackles. Yeah. And I'm thinking, if he takes an unfortunate one in the 88th minute when the game's won, and he's out for 6 weeks,
Problem.
suddenly that squad depth is looking a bit vulnerable.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's so
No
many
need.
things he could have done.
No
No
need
need
for it.
at all. You know,
No
he
need
kept
for it.
Timber on there for too long. That was the only down thing for me. I'm still questioning the manager whether his in-game management is. He hasn't learned. He
It's
hasn't
not.
learned.
It's
He
not up
hasn't
to
learned.
scratch. It's not
No.
up to scratch. If I'd have seen in the last couple of years that he can learn from mistakes consistently, I'd be in a little bit more of a better place in terms of how I think we can, well, what we can achieve under this manager this year. But the fact is that over the 7 seasons that he's managed Arsenal Football Club, he's still got a lot more decisions wrong than he has done right. Isolated also in every single individual season. I'm not rounding it up. This season, I still believe he's got more wrong than he has right. And that's what separates the good, the average, and the great managers. The Guardiolas, the Fergusons, the Mourinhos, they get more decisions right than they do wrong. The Ancelottis, all of these managers, they get it right quite often.
Yeah.
For a long time, they've consistently been able to do that. Of course, you're going to have the off season or whatever here and there. You're going to get things wrong. No one expects anyone to be perfect. But Mikel Arteta isn't at that level yet. He's getting still things more wrong than he is right. And basic things. That's the frustrating thing. The basics. Now you're saying, oh, you got big injuries. And I put this up on my Friday show as well. He come out after the press conference and he was basically saying, I understand that this is, there's a big season. The schedule's massive. The players are put through the paces. Okay, you've just actually acknowledged that there is a massive workload and the players are 100% being flogged 100%. So what are you doing about it? The answer is not much / not enough. Why is Declan Rice still out there? This is a basic substitution. Why is Bukayo Saka still out there? This is a basic substitution. We went 3-0 up after 46 minutes. I'm not expecting 5 substitutions on the 47th minute, but I am expecting new legs in there on the 60th minute. When Richarlison goes in, maybe definitely at least 1 or 2 sort of subs in there to try and bring a bit of balance. Mourinho had basically been half done by that game. Saka was, he was running on a little bit, not empty by 60th minute, but you could see he weren't 100. Why are we not making subs to account of all of these issues? Take it for instance, Calafiori. He was massively weighing up. Are we going to be fit for him or not? Why is he playing so many minutes? And then we even get the goal. Was it Eze? I think was it 85th minute there or thereabouts. Why not make 3 substitutions? Bang, straight there. Timber, off you go. Ben White, on you go. Right, Saka, off you come. Even on you go. Declan, off you come. Norgard, on you go. Even for that, and he don't even do that. That to me is bare minimum basic. That is so obvious.
Schoolboy stuff, isn't it? Really.
I'm not breaking any footballing logic. It's not like, wow, what Aaron's saying now is like breaking this space-time continuum of knowledge and facts. It's just the most basic thing I can think of. It's so obvious. Why can't a manager that's been in the job for 7 years on 16 million a year see that as well?
Yeah, exactly.
And especially considering he's been getting injuries. It'd be all right if we had a constant, fully fit squad. It'd probably be going, well, why do I need to rotate so much? These lot are just never injured. I must be doing something right. But they're always injured. So why can't you use that same logic against it?
Yeah.
Do you know what? We're getting a lot of injuries here. Maybe I need to rotate no more. How can you not learn this?
Exactly.
This
is going to be
people. Basic.
It is basic. It is basic and frustrating. I mean, this is another good one. What's up, isn't it? I mean, the Caicedo and Rice derby. There's a lot of conversation. Who would you rather have in your team, Caicedo or Declan Rice? I think it should be Caicedo. I mean, I'd have Caicedo over Zubamendi, but that's me personally.
Yeah.
But Caicedo or Rice? I mean, Rice has been outstanding, and he
has. But who's that Arsenal ex-Arsenal player that was making some he was
Oh
comparing.
yeah,
Rice.
who was that?
He was comparing Rice to all the other midfielders. I think it was what's the guy's name?
What's his name?
What's his name?
That was literally a couple of 2-3 days ago or something like that.
Yeah,
What was
yeah,
his
I
name? Was that on
remember his name.
TalkSport?
I know Wrighty's come out with a bit of whatever, but
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
what's his
I
name
won't
again?
get into that. That's a different story. That I mean, but
Gosh, what was his name?
trying
again?
to
He
think
was
what
saying
not-
some daft shit,
oh mate, yeah.
some
What's
real
his name?
daft stuff.
Oh gosh, can't remember his name now. What was his name?
Didn't he have like one or so seasons with us? He's even played in the Legends game, I think. What's that? I can see it. I can see it now.
Oh no, the Swedish player, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't him. It wasn't him.
It's gone out my head.
I can see his face. I can see his face. Oh gosh.
So
Guys,
it was
put it in the
the
chat.
Arsenal.
He was
That's what I thought
comparing.
it was the
He was
ex-Swedish
comparing. He
bloke.
was comparing all the Rice against all the midfielders, Skulls, and he was saying who he'd pick.
And he was
Guys, put
picking
it in the
Rice
chat. Do you
over
remember who it
Skulls
was?
and everyone like that.
Yeah.
No, that's madness, man. You can't pick Rice.
Skulls.
Listen, I'm
Skulls
a
is the
massive
man.
Declan Rice.
Lee Dixon.
Oh, Lee Dixon.
Oh, we're on about different bits then. I thought.
Oh,
did Lee actually say that as well? I'm thinking about some other
he done this. Somebody sent this Insta
he comes
thing,
out
right?
with
And then
Lee Dixon
they were going through. So they had Rice, and they was comparing all the midfielders. And I think the only person he said that is better than Rice is Steven Gerrard.
Are you kidding me?
So, mate,
This is a player
I'll tell you what.
This is a player that's had like ballers in midfield at his time at Arsenal. And he's saying that Declan Rice.
Let me see if I can find.
Listen, I'm a massive Declan Rice fan. I think Declan Rice is absolutely brilliant. But I'm sorry, he's not above Paul Scholes, and he certainly ain't above the likes of Patrick Vieira.
Well,
and
I just sent that to you, DJB. I just sent that to you, and I'll send it to you as well, Aaron.
He's nowhere near Paul Scholes' level. Jesus Christ, Paul Scholes was.
I've just sent it to you, Aaron. Right? I've just sent it to you, but you'd have to mute your mic and just listen.
Oh yeah. Hold on.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's doing this for clickbait, isn't he?
Yeah, it's got to be clickbait. Man. There's no way. Yeah. I found it, and my mate said, "No, this guy's a jackass."
If Dixon's saying all that, I mean, so he's saying that he's better than Scholes.
Yep. Look at all the players that he's comparing them, and the only one he says, I think, is
Rodri, Scholes, Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne, he's saying Rice is better than Kevin De Bruyne. He's one of the best midfield players.
It's got to be a meme. It's got to be a meme, man. I can't believe that he's actually
mad.
He's Rice. He's like, you know.
He's not even the same style of player as most of them.
But
like Rodri sort of ish, granted, and he ain't better than him anyway. But you know, you're comparing him to like Gerrard. What are we doing?
But Lee, come on, what are we doing here? Lee Dixon has played against these ballers and been part of some of these players. So he's come on.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? It makes you wonder. I mean, how true it is or whatever. Because when I was listening to it, I was like, no way. I was thinking, no way.
Paul Scholes was. I'll tell you what about Paul Scholes. If Thierry Henry said he'd be the first midfielder he puts on his team sheet.
Yeah.
And he's played with some ballers in midfield, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And he reckons so he's better. What he reckons that Declan Rice is better than Roy Keane and all that.
That's what he's saying.
That is mad. Come on, man.
Whether it's true or not, I don't know, but you know.
Oh man, yeah. Listen, there's certain players, unfortunately, and I'm going to put Arsenal legends in with this as well, who I've absolutely of my idols. And Lee Dixon is one of them. Martin Keown is one. Ray Parlour, Ian Wright. They come out with such crap. Some of them, I'm telling you. I've got to say it, people. I know they're ex-Arsenal players, and I absolutely adore them. But they do come out with some nonsense. But that'd be for another stream. that'll be for another stream. I don't want to put a negative on a brilliant day. Guys, listen, everyone in the chat, absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. Please smash a like on the way out. Let's just have a quick look. Out of the Ultra Week, Roberto Martinez, Harry Redknapp, Brendan Rodgers, facts remains, pound for pound, Arteta is still by far the worst for silverware return. Yeah, it's a facts. Hopefully he'll get over the line this season. And I've said it all along. My right-hand people, my top men here will say exactly the same thing, and half the chat will. And if you're an Arsenal absolute fan, you'd say the same. If he doesn't get over the line and win silverware this season, he's got to be shown the door.
Yeah, simple.
Open it up and kick him out.
Simple.
There is no way this team should not win silverware. No way. No way. I don't care what it is. There is no way this team should not win silverware, whether that's Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Premier League, Champions League. Minimum one of those cups. Minimum. I'm expecting 2. I'm expecting 2 trophies. So if he doesn't win any, he's got to be
so entitled.
You know?
Did he?
That's me being positive. I mean, you know, you want to hear me when I'm negative. But big up the chat. We're going to go. Thank you very much. Thank you for the Dan Potts raid as well. Lee's still live, so we're going to be raiding Lee. I think he's still live anyway, people. I'm not unless someone can confirm that. But go and show some Lee. Say the DJB Aaron and Normsky raid, or the DJB. What should we say if he's still live? DJB positive raid. There you go. DJB positive raid. Go show. Get over to Lee. He must be still live. Yeah,
he's. I think they're waiting. I think he's supposed to be going live. He's still people waiting, so he hasn't gone live yet. He was meant to go live at 8 o'clock.
He's falling asleep. He's
a boy, isn't he?
He's a boy, honestly, man. Honestly, but big up everyone in the chat. Absolutely brilliant people. Thank you very much. Please go and sub to. Thank you, Rashid. Make sure you sub to Rashid. Make sure you sub to Aaron. Make sure you definitely sub to Normsky. Thank you very much. Be safe. Smash. Go on, mate.
Just quickly, I was only supposed to come on for 10 minutes.
Yeah, you've loved it, Aaron, haven't you? You've been with me all day, brother.
All day, mate. All day.
He loved it.
I was sitting there. You messaged me 10:15. I thought, you know what? I'll jump on. I'll do about 10:15. So I am quite tired.
We're like big dads to him. We are.
Right, Come on, let's do a group hug. Come on, let's go.
Group huddle. A huddle. Nice little huddle.
A huddle, mate. There you go.
We're honestly, me and Kenny Ken are like big dads to him. We give him a nice little hug. His little face lights up, and his old shorts.
They rub my head. They rub my head. They give me bop.
And his old shorts start flapping in the wind.
They held my hand to the stadium just in case I got lost.
You made sure you was all right.
Yeah, you made sure I was safe. Yeah, fair
honestly. And the chat as well. You can all have a big hug as well. Why not? Indeed.
Didn't get me anything for my birthday a couple of weeks ago. The Perry stingy fuckers.
Happy birthday! Listen, we don't expect if you're not about tomorrow or on any of the channels, we'll understand why. So don't worry. You can have the night off. Just make sure you put a like on everything. All right. Big up to you, my friend. Today at Old Trafford. Yeah, it's Old Trafford, isn't it? It's Man United tonight.
Man United, Everton.
I reckon that's going to be a draw.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. Man United, yeah. Yeah, big up the Daz. Big up to everyone. Big up everyone in the chat. It's been an absolute fantastic night. Fantastic day. Thank you very much every day. And we're going to quietly say goodnight and adios. Stay safe, everyone. Love, bless.